Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
We're suckers for nostalgia. That's what sports fans do. Tyson's 58. As a 61-year-old man, I should have known what this was going to be like. But in my mind, it was Mike Tyson at 25. Just like when you're in a bar and you think, well, she doesn't look at you like you're an old man. And it's like, well, of course she does. Of course she looks at you like you're an old man because you are.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you
Bo.
believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
The final day of 2024. Where did the time go? Where did the time go?
When you put it like that.
I know. It's like I've barely gotten to work on my New Year's resolutions from a year ago. Now I'm down to, 18 hours.
I can remember when my 18-year-old son, was like sixth grade, and they start asking you start identifying at school, like when your graduation year is. And I would have to like do the math and figure it out. And it was 2025.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that's tomorrow.
Right. I mean, here we are.
What? 2025.
It's unbelievable.
How many checks are you going to screw up in the next month?
I don't know, but probably more than one.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
You'll write the wrong date on
Yeah.
there. I mean, it won't matter.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I still do that. And I'll do it even more now that the calendar's going to flip.
I don't write many checks. Do you write a lot of checks?
Well, not many. Maybe on bills. I mean, it's kind of like, honestly, you go to like the store and if you see someone writing a check and they're under like 60 or 70, that thing's going to bounce, man. And whereas somebody that's a little bit older, it's solid gold.
Bart, when's the last time you wrote a check?
Gosh, it's been a long time.
Chuck's fearful of his identity being stolen, so he writes checks and sends them in the mail. He doesn't pay bills online.
Every bill I pay is online. I mean, it's been a minute since I've written a check. I do have a checkbook though. I do have checks. They're just not very useful for me right now.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I pay everything online, but I had a problem a couple of months ago. You get one of those texts.
one problem.
Did you charge so-and-so to your Amazon account during a trip to New Zealand?
It's never real.
And it's like, well, no, I did not. And so I answered no.
Scam.
Stupidly, I said no, texted right back. Of course not.
Yeah.
And all my accounts were frozen. All my debit cards were screwed up. It was like a 3-day nightmare.
There was a scam going around over the holidays that looked like it was coming from the Postal Service. And it was, we
I got one of those.
We need an address verification.
Yeah, I got one of those a couple of days ago.
And you just run.
Just don't respond.
Look, if
I didn't respond.
If they need you bad enough, they'll find you.
Yeah.
They will hunt you down. It will not be a text.
Well, this one seemed very
the
real.
Postal Service will come for you.
They will.
From time to time, if you're out of
Postmaster General.
town and you use a credit card or a debit card, it'll put a brief hold on it because you're a long way from home and it's not something that normally happens. So I thought it was one of, you get texts from them. I thought it was a real text is the bottom line. So therefore, the last couple of months, I've worried about whether or not people were getting my stuff,
Yeah, I sense it.
Yeah.
I'm
suspicious of all you
right.
guys.
Yeah. No, I feel
Rightfully
it.
so, Chuck.
And,
Yeah, both you guys over there I know are a lot smarter with this stuff than me.
It's one of my New Year's resolutions to have less fear.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to quit
How
fearing
noble. How
things
noble.
like
I'm
Chuck.
just trying to get up 15 minutes early.
Right. Well,
I mean,
that was one of my fears, that you wouldn't show up one day, and I've kind of gotten over it.
I'll tell you what. For a moment this morning, your fears came close.
I mean,
to
you
realization.
were still on the air when I went to sleep last night.
Yeah. Was I the last voice you heard?
Little known secret.
Was that soothing voice the last voice you heard before you went to
I
sleep?
kept listening for you, but all I heard was Cal.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't know if you were on the post-game show.
I usually leave right after, he starts talking. I'll just go back and go to the men's room, come back, say hello to a few
He's
people.
talking to the fans, signing more basketballs.
That's right.
It was it's quite the entertainment when Cal wins. He's out there, he's jovial, and he's signing basketballs, and he's talking to fans. And every once in a while, Chuck, you can hear Chuck go, take a breath like he's going to talk, and that's all you hear.
Yeah.
And Cal keeps going.
Yeah. No, there's some truth to that. He's having to educate people on the basketball decorum. You know, how you don't throw a basketball to him unless he, calls for it. And so there were a couple of moments last night where people were throwing, there were two of them coming at once. And so he's having to kind of educate people on exactly how to do it.
I was kind of in and out of the game last night. I was
lot of
checking
people
the
were.
score, and I was doing some other things, and I looked at the score a couple times in the first half, and then I watched some of the game in the second half. But I kept thinking, wow, this game's close. This game isn't Oakland the team that beat Kentucky when Cal was there, and then Arkansas just ran them out of the building in the second half, and Cal was talking about scheduling this game with Oakland.
And I said, Greg, don't. You just beat me in the NCAA tournament. Now you want to beat me again? But he said, Cal, I really need the game. He's a friend. Okay. Today and yesterday, I'm thinking, why did I do this?
They're really well coached. I thought in the first half they really played well.
Yeah.
And their interior passing is about as good as you'll see. They're struggling right now to win games, but they're going to win a lot of games in their league.
Well, that's what it's all
about.
They're
playing money games.
At that level.
They played Illinois, they played Kansas, they played Michigan State, they played Arkansas.
All of these games are completely irrelevant.
That's
they
right.
need no resume. They're not playing games for resume. It's all about winning their conference tournament and getting in the NCAA tournament. So these games, they matter in terms of getting better, but it's all about how they play in their league. They're in a different setup than
they've got a good
Arkansas
team
is.
for that level. Yeah, they will win a lot of games in that conference.
Did I hear you say on the broadcast last night that Campy, the head coach at Oakland, had been there 41 years?
41 years.
41
He's
years.
the longest tenured Division I coach in college basketball. 41 years.
Just take a step back and think about how amazing that is. If you're good enough to be somewhere for 41 years, you're good enough to leave.
No, you're right.
And he's never left. And he obviously isn't in it for the money. I mean, I don't know a coach that doesn't look for opportunity.
I'll tell you what I noticed from him last night. First time I've ever been around him. Was just how engaging he is. You can tell he's one of those people that gets his fuel from other people. He's walking around the arena. I'm going to tell you, it's very seldom that you see a head coach come out, like an hour and a half before the game when guys are shooting. That's the assistant coach's time. And very seldom does a head coach come out. He's over there sitting on Gucci Row talking to people he's just met. He's walking around the perimeter of the floor, talking to anybody who'll talk back. And he just was that kind of guy. And clearly he knows the game. It was funny, right at the end of the game, they had an outlet to Billy Richmond, and he could have dunked. I mean, there's nobody there, and Cal, yelled no dunk or whatever. And, Billy Richmond stopped on a dime, by the way. But Campy comes to midcourt, and as they shake hands, he says, let him dunk, John. Let him dunk. And so, these are two guys that know one another and like one another. And, they, I'm sure, got a pretty good check out of the deal, which they needed.
Chuck, tell me about this basketball team. I've been wanting to know all night what you think about this team. I got up this morning. And I didn't have any dreams of becoming the Florida State defensive coordinator, which was just...
That was yesterday's dream.
That was bizarre. I still don't know what happened there. And then yesterday they came out with this NIL story that some basketball players are suing Florida State because their they're not. They said they didn't get paid what they were promised. Maybe that was in my subconscious. I don't know. But this morning I woke up in a completely different mindset, which is I want to hear from Chuck. How's the basketball team doing? You've watched every game, I think. I mean, you're calling the games.
Yeah.
So I think
I've watched Adam.
I think you've seen every game.
Yeah.
And they've won 6 in a row now. They beat Oakland by 30 last night. And I think we all pay attention, but we're about to pay a whole lot more attention in January. Like, we're getting into conference play. They've had some big games at neutral sites that we've watched. We see, flashes, and we know that guys can really play on the team, and you got NBA players on this team. And now I just want to know, like, what should I expect? Where are they?
I think every game's going to just be potentially incredible. I mean, you think about just the first 3 games. You're going to Tennessee to play the number 1 team in the country. Ole Miss is coming to town. Chris Beard. We know the history there. And then you've got Florida coming in, who may be the surprise team not only in the SEC, but maybe in college basketball. 10 of the 25 10 of the top 25 right now are SEC teams in college basketball. Now, I think Arkansas is equipped to go toe-to-toe with any of them. I do wonder early in conference season, given the fact that a lot of this has been thrown together on the fly, how all that's going to play. But, other teams do the same thing. I suspect there are going to be a lot of games that hinge on 1 or 2 possessions. And I think they're well equipped. To me, the whole thing's Adu. If Adu's fully healthy, if Adu down the stretch, or I say down the stretch, during conference play, can be the defensive presence that he was a year ago at Tennessee, he's improved a lot offensively. Now, there are other obvious things that are going to happen, and he's not the only one. But when I look at him and think about the defensive presence that he can provide on that back end, they blocked 10 shots last night. He's playing Adu and Brazil together a little bit more, and I kind of like that.
Well, the Hogs win by 30.
Yeah.
92-62. Boogie Flan, leading scorer again, 24 points.
After scoring 1 point in the first half.
What was the difference in the first half and the second half? That was 2 different halves.
He made one, sometimes a player will make a shot. I mean, a scorer will make a shot, and away he goes. And I'm not sure. I think Boogie finally missed 1 shot in the second half. But he was perfect for the most part from the floor in the second half.
Thero had 20.
Yeah, Thero had 20.
Boy, he's fun to watch.
He's just reckless in the way he goes to the basket. I mean, he's just he lowers his head in the way he goes.
Lack aggression.
No, he does not.
Brings it every night.
He does.
By the way, I know you're wondering, it's 43.
43 degrees?
Yeah, it's 43. It's it's
going to get cold.
44 in Hot Springs.
Everybody's talking about it. Arctic air is on the way.
Tell me more.
I'm just saying it's going to, over the next 10 days, it's going to get really cold.
So what you're saying is when I get on that flight to the Rose Bowl this afternoon,
yeah,
and I enjoy 70 degrees tomorrow at the game.
Enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. That I should make sure that I have a jacket in my backpack.
You're going to be at the granddaddy of them all.
I've never been.
Are you excited?
It's the first time.
Hey, that is a bucket list deal for me. I mean, going to the Garden and doing a game was a bucket list deal for me. Just going to the Rose Bowl, just being in that stadium would be outstanding. Can you get me in?
Yeah, probably.
Can I get a flight?
Probably.
Yeah.
You can also go online and ask. You can just post on social media. I've seen media people do that.
I don't
post on.
I don't want to pay the fees. I don't want to pay the fees.
Can you get me a? There are like, if you ever want to go to a game like that, like the Rose Bowl or let's just say the Liberty Bowl.
Similar.
I just believe this, and maybe I'm wrong. That if you just show up, you'll get in.
I agree with that.
You'll figure out a way to get in. Now, I'm not saying you and 5 of your friends, but if it's just you, maybe one other person, you'll figure out a way to get in the game, and maybe without a ticket. Because these ushers, they have to pay attention, and there's too many people to pay attention to all of them. And I'm not advocating this. I'm just saying, never let not having a ticket keep you from going.
I agree with that. I have people, I don't want to go without a ticket. Listen, man, I've been doing this all my life. I mean, for years and years and years, before I ever even knew what a media pass was, I was working outside Razorback Stadium and Barnhill Arena to get in. You can always get in. You got to work it a little bit. The only game I've ever seen where you couldn't get a ticket outside the arena was when UNLV came in here in the early 90s. Yeah. It's the only time
Larry
I've ever
Johnson,
seen it. Yeah.
The Running Rebels.
Yeah. Drake Field was like it was like a Learjet sales lot, man. I mean, there were planes everywhere. And it was an incredible deal.
I wasn't here then. That was
91, I think.
So I wasn't here then. Is that still today the best Razorback basketball event on campus?
It's the biggest event, yes.
Maybe like, I don't know if you can compare sports. Like if you go to the 69 football game and the president's here and all that stuff. Like we've seen so much historically about that in documentaries and just reliving the moment. But that game,
there were only 9,200 seats. There were only 9,200 seats. And, Walter Payton was here. So, it was a big game.
Jeez.
And, the idea, and I was foolish. It was a Sunday morning game. It started, I think, at 11 o'clock in the morning. Not a lot of people in church that day. And I can remember going down there early in the morning trying to work it and find tickets. I was way too old to be doing that, but I wanted to go. And so, but it just never worked out.
You didn't get in?
I didn't get in. It's the only game in my entire life that I wanted to get in that I've not been able to get in. I just came home, watched it on TV.
I'm stunned.
Well,
what a story.
It was a whole different deal for that ball game.
Were you taking pictures outside and posted it on social media?
There was no social media back then. But, of course, had there been, I would have been all
You
over.
would have been able to get in. 877-377-6963. What is today? Tuesday? It's New Year's Eve.
Yeah, New Year's Eve. Last day of the year.
It's National Champagne Day. So
Bo's going to be a better man in 2025.
I am.
He's already said that.
I have my resolutions
ready. Do you really?
Oh, I've got a list. It's a growing list.
Yeah.
But I am going to I'll just go right out of the gate and tell you my number one. I'm going to learn a new language.
Wow.
In 2025.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's on my
Holy
list.
cow. Step right up.
Whoa.
I'm going to hit a hole in one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to win at least one scratch off.
Wow.
Those are my top three.
Well, I think one is very likely. The other two.
Those are my top three.
likely.
What's on your list? It's 6:18. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I think that allowing him to call in occasionally is a healthy reminder of why you don't like Texas.
The final days of Chevy's Red Tag event have arrived at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Last chance for up to $16,000 total savings on new 2024 Silverados. Final days for up to $11,000 in total savings on new 2024 Suburbans and Tahoes. At Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 1/2/25.
Hey Razorback fans, it's Quinn Grovey alongside my man, Matt Zimmer. And it's a great time to be a Razorback.
Embrace the hole!
You got a couple steals, you got a couple plays, and you broke it open. We need every guy, don't we? Like, we need every guy bringing their best effort, how hard they're going to play.
From the team at Sport and Store.
That might be our best episode ever.
Available wherever you listen to your podcast each morning.
Is your hot water heater letting you down? No one likes cold showers. We want to be able to count on our hot water. That's why Pasco Air Plumbing and Electric has an offer that comes with the peace of mind I value. Get this, for just $17.76, you can get a 40 to 50 gallon water heater fully supplied and installed by their licensed and insured technicians backed by a comprehensive warranty. For less than $2,000? Yeah, price check it. It's a deal. Just log on to gopascal.com and don't worry about hot water anymore.
They were handful. And then all of a sudden,
Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Thank you all for your show. It's a great format in the morning. It's really nice to have knowledgeable people to wake up to and listen to. Thank you all.
I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Are you in the market for a new office printer or multifunction device? Look no further. At Dixie Digital Imaging, we bring a legacy of experience and a rock-solid reputation. Our state-of-the-art solutions are tailored to meet your business needs seamlessly. Why settle for anything less? Call us now at 479-783-6600 to get a quote on your next office printer or multifunction device. Elevate your office efficiency with Dixie Digital Imaging, where experience and reputation meet excellence. That's Dixie Digital Imaging, bringing document innovations to the River Valley.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, A Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, A Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's A Cut Above, 719-5605.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
Windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. Here at ESPN Arkansas, we rely on Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on the radio station when we're not here. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your stuff. Guardtronic, license E50.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
When I make a sandwich, I want to lightly toast the bread. I don't have to have, it doesn't have to do all this crazy stuff. I don't have to butter my bread before I put it in the toast. I don't have to do any of that. I just want to lightly toast my bread before I eat a sandwich. That's all I want. That's all I want for Christmas.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
We missed an opportunity there, guys. We missed an opportunity. We should have gotten a replica Pop-Tart toaster trophy for Chuck for Christmas, but instead he had to settle for a regular toaster after years of wanting one. How long has it been?
Well, it's been like 3 months, really. I mean, my previous toaster burned out. As we talked, there was a run on them up here, but fortunately I had a relative in another part of the state that was able to come up with one.
What a time to be alive.
I know.
There really was a run on him.
There was a run on him. It was unbelievable.
Couldn't find him.
Quentin, our new director of sales, went to 7 places.
I know.
Trying to find you a toaster.
And they all said, I don't know what's happening. People are just buying them like crazy.
He would send pictures, and there'd be
like
the shelves at the store, and there'd just be a hole, and that's where the toaster.
It's like toilet paper during COVID, man.
Yes.
You couldn't find them.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
What is the deal?
Which one, the toasters or the toilet paper?
Well,
they're both a mystery.
It is. It is. You need to move on, but you need to graduate to dude ways. But that's another story. The toaster run, I think.
Another story. It's not really a story I want to get into if you don't mind.
Well, I mean, So, do you have a duvet? Is that it?
No.
Yeah. Is that
A duvet?
Is that
A duvet is a blanket.
What am I saying?
A bidet.
A bidet. A duvet.
Do you have
It's
a
a
large
blanket
comforter
cover.
for your bed?
Yeah.
Either way.
No, I do not
You
have
don't
a
want to
bidet.
use a
Do you have either one?
When you go
No,
to
Do you
the
have a
bathroom.
duvet
But
or
thanks
a
for asking.
bidet?
No, I didn't know.
No.
That was one of my resolutions.
Yeah.
I was going to get a bidet.
And stop using the duvet.
It's a life goal.
This show needs to grow up.
Yeah, it really does.
I would
Yes.
respectfully disagree.
Brent is in Cersei. We're off the rails. It's Tuesday. It's New Year's Eve. It's the last day of the year.
Duvet.
Foliage.
Yeah,
Make it count, Brent. What's happening?
I must tell you, having a duvet is outstanding.
Yeah.
I got one in my when I moved. I had one in my new house.
That's great,
That's
man.
fantastic.
That's
A
good news.
bidet, it's outstanding.
That's good news.
Bart's got a urinal in his new house. But anyway.
I probably need one of those too. I had 2 things I want to talk about. I want to talk about I know it's late
Catching
news,
strays
but
over
the
here.
Liberty Bowl, what a great job Coach Pittman and the staff did keeping our team together and focused for the month coming up
Agreed.
to that game.
Agreed. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. Where were you yesterday? We didn't hear from you.
Well, you know, I had to get my thoughts right.
I understand.
And yesterday I slept a little bit late. I'm not gonna lie.
Good for you.
That'll happen. It's okay.
Good for you.
But this basketball team, I think we're rounding into form. I fully expect us to go to Tennessee Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern time, 12 o'clock Central, and take it directly to Little Bow Wow at the point guard, Ziegler at the point guard position. I expect us to win the game straight up, and I'll take over. What do you think?
I think Arkansas's got a real chance to go over there and win. I mean, it's hard to sit here and say, yeah, they're going to go to the number one team in the country, and I guarantee you they're going to win. I'm not going to go that far, but I guarantee you it'll be a good game, and Arkansas will compete, and they're going to have a chance to win every game they play. But the thing is, right now in the SEC, it's hard to say based on non-conference play who the best team is. I mean, we're going to have to see guys slug it out, and I think there are going to be games that give us a pretty good indicator early on. If you think about this Saturday, I mean, Oklahoma goes to Alabama, Florida is at Kentucky, Arkansas is at Tennessee. I mean, there's some real games on Saturday.
This team seems like to me they love the spotlight and they love the big game.
Well, they do.
Like they rise to the occasion. Like that's been, I feel like since the exhibition game, excuse me, against Kansas. I feel like they when the lights are the brightest, they step up. The challenge is going to be the gauntlet of the entire schedule. Do they wear down? Do they have enough guys? Can they stay healthy? Can they bring it every game? That's going to be the test for everyone in this league.
All right, Brett.
Can I ask you one more question?
Yep.
Which teams in this who are going to be in the conference race all year, and who are going to be the ones that drop by the wayside as the conference season gets going? I mean, not everybody can stay as good as they are right now.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brent. Yeah.
I don't know who drops off. I know there are teams out there that, I think about a team like Mississippi State that I'm not sure enough people are talking about. I look at teams like that could potentially be Final Four teams that nobody's even, when you talk about the great teams in the league, I mean, they're ranked. Basketball people know they're really good, but who's the best team in the SEC right now? If you ask the average college basketball observer, I don't know that a name like
that's
Mississippi
a Jimmy Dykes
State,
question.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
What's Jimmy doing this morning? You ask Jimmy. Can you text him? He'll handicap the league for us. But that is that's a tough question.
It is a tough question.
Because this is a league where they might have 11, 12, 13 teams get in the – is that even possible?
Yes. Well, there's 10 of the top 25 ranked right now, which means they're automatic.
15 of the 16 teams in the league are in the top 55 in the net rankings.
That's today.
Right. But
they can't all win.
Right,
but
when
your
when
net's
you're
not
losing,
going to take a beating.
Right, when you're playing quad one games every week.
So we're back to strength of schedule and records like we are the playoff.
Yeah, but it matters more in college basketball because
we have better metrics.
We have better metrics, and because they've been doing it a lot longer, they know what they're doing.
So how many games, though? There's still a certain threshold of games you have to win. So how many games do you have to win in SEC play to still make the NCAA tournament?
8.
That's a lot.
Maybe 7 if there are big non-conference wins.
Yeah.
And your net doesn't take a beating based on your conference losses. Like you lose to the right conference team, so to speak.
That's right.
It's possible for a 7-11 team to get in. I think it's probable that 1 or 2 8 and 10 teams get in.
877-377-6963. Don't be afraid to call in. You can't sound any dumber than I did this last segment. Get you a bidet cover. It's 6:30. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, first and foremost, congratulations on the official launch of the Chuck and Bo Show. I want to know, how did you guys decide which name went first, Chuck or Bo? Was that a flip of the coin?
The holidays are all about making moments that matter. At Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, we're here to help you find a gift as special as the people you love. From sparkling diamonds to classic watches and colorful gemstones, we have something for everyone on your list. Stop by Blakeman's in Rogers and let us help you make this holiday one to remember. Because at Blakeman's, it's more than jewelry. It's your story. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Storey talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I don't know what odd time is for you, but yeah, you got here before the show started.
Whatever. Hey, have you ever seen anyone that takes so much pride in being the first one here?
Burlsworth with his new glasses. Looks like Clark Kent. This guy is dominating offensively. Deaney's also a quality guy. We had more fun talking with him. He was a walk-on. Now he's an All-American. He also is brilliant. He's a great student. Last week he got his MBA. The guy is just what college football is all about.
I've been called everything. Clark Kent, Kurt Rambis, Drew Carey, you name it, I've been called it.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hanging with Danny Cobb at American Welding Laboratories. Danny, tell us about the school.
Well, Tommy, we're going on 3 years in operation. We teach all aspects of welding, from stick welding all the way to combination pipe.
So how's the job market these days?
Job market's wide open, whether you want to stay local or hit the road. As a licensed institution, we have access to many grants, including the GI Bill now.
Great. How do we get started?
Come by 4400 South 16th, take a tour, talk to our instructors.
It's American Welding Laboratories. Find out more at theweldinglab.com.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics.
Favorite Hog memory growing up, Cecil?
When we beat OU in the Orange Bowl in 1978, I was living in Allen Grove Projects, and it was a shutout at halftime, and I ran out of the house. I ran from one end of the projects to the other end screaming, "Go Hogs." I'll never forget that. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey folks, here at Road Chevrolet, 2800 on the highway with Grant Neal. Grant, let's talk about pre-owned vehicles.
Well, we've worked hard at trying to source great pre-owned vehicles. It's been very hard. You know, the market's strong, but that helps people because we're giving the best value for trade-ins and the highest value for purchasing vehicles. But we work hard to make sure that we pick the right one. So every vehicle on the lot has been meticulously looked over, cared for, and inspected. So we really have the highest quality possible for all of our vehicles that we have in stock. We try to make sure we've got something for everybody. So if you're shopping for something, you know, certified pre-owned, lightly used, very low miles, we've got it. If you need something that's more of a budget-driven vehicle. We try to find vehicles that are high quality while still maintaining the price points at $10,000 and below, $15,000 and below. So really, we've got a vehicle for everybody here at Rhodes.
And financing's available.
Absolutely. So we work hard to make sure that we can get people approved and get them the best possible financing. A huge selection of banks. We really surprise a lot of people who walk in and say, well, I don't think I can get approved. Well, just give us a shot. We'll do what we can for you.
Come out today, Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I don't think you can feel that sitting in a chair with catered food and any kind of beverage that you want. I think you need to be in a skybox at a stadium with catered food.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, now Nick Saban's on your thing.
Well, I think he saw what Edward put out on social media. It gave him an idea. That was my take on it.
Yeah, I think Nick's now on social media. Yeah. I think he's scrolling through his phone.
He was checking out his TikTok reels before he went to bed and happened upon it.
We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. It's more than just banking at First Security. They've got all the things you need to bank better. Friendly, convenient locations all over the wonderful state of Arkansas. Bank better with First Security Bank. All in on Arkansas. All in on the Razorbacks. Friendly, local banking. Check them out online, fsbank.com. Bank better at First Security Bank. Member FDIC. I came in this morning. Normally, I scour the internet. I look for all the things that I need to know about. I try to, educate myself, which is, I'm a C, okay? I'm an average C when it comes to being an educated person. And as we just learned a segment or two ago.
C students rule the world, though.
So anyhow, today I sat down and I instead of diving in on show material and content, I started working on my resolutions, only to find out that I don't really have any. Because Edward over here,
Mr. Smarty,
every time I say one, says, that's not a resolution, that's a goal. So in the break, I determined that my resolution is to have a bunch of goals.
Well, you need to have goals. I mean, you can resolve to hit this goal.
I'm pissed off for greatness.
Goals are part of resolutions, right? If your resolution is to work out more or get healthier or whatever, you have to set goals to work toward that resolution, right? So your goal is to go to the gym 3 days a week, or your goal is to eat fish 3 nights a week instead of a burger or something like that.
Yeah.
So you got to double click on the resolution. Have a drop down menu.
Yeah. I mean, a goal is something that's finite. A resolution is something you're consistently working towards.
All right. Okay. I think I'm following, but it's honestly, this is an area I struggle with.
Well,
I don't know how to define everything. I just know I want to be better.
I'm struggling with
it. The healthiest version, the best version of me, Bart.
I've always said, my general resolutions are, lose 5 or 10 pounds, shave a couple of strokes off the golf score. I realize now those are merely goals and not resolutions, and therefore I guess that's why it's never happened.
I think those are resolutions,
are they?
Chuck. Yeah,
I'm totally confused.
Those are goals that stem from a resolution.
Is this?
I think.
I wonder at Vanderbilt how they tackle this.
I don't know.
I wonder how it's going at Vanderbilt today.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, can I just give you some of what I thought were resolutions, and you can tell me if I'm wayward.
Yeah, sure.
In my aim here. Read at least 4 books in 2025.
Well, that's just outrageous.
That's a goal.
I saw
the resolution.
I googled New Year's resolutions lists and saw that somebody had made on the list that they were going to read 1 book a month. I thought 1 a quarter was a lot. 4. So I thought that was fairly ambitious.
The difference is the resolution would be I want to read more in 2025. I want to read more books in 2025.
See, but that's so so obscure.
I know we're talking semantics here, but
are we? I have no idea.
Are we splitting hairs right now? Is that what we're doing?
All right, have at least 15 minutes of personal development time every day.
I'm fine with that one.
the room went silent, and they're all like, "Please do that."
Really? Okay. All right.
Help you, help us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, Bo.
Talk to my parents on the phone at least once a week.
Love that.
Spend more time at the house.
I like that's going to happen.
Implement some personal disciplines.
Like what?
Okay.
Yeah. See, now he wants to know the details.
Yeah. What's the deal on that one?
Well, I mean, we got a long way to go. Just pick one. Just pick one. Tighten the budget up.
Okay.
Is that a resolution?
Yep. Check. Sure is.
Cook more.
That's
Check.
great.
Spend more intentional time with each of the kids.
Check.
Learn a new language.
How about learning our language?
Win at least.
Let's conquer the task at hand before we move on.
Me and Ty Richardson are taking classes together starting next week.
Yeah.
We got a weekly class we're going to at NWAC.
Could I recommend a thesaurus?
It's a night
It's
class.
one of those books you read.
It's a night class. It's in person.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Win at least one scratch off.
See, I'm going to gamble more. That's a resolution. A goal would be I'm going to win a scratch off.
Okay, so what you're saying is these are not two different resolutions because next on the list is hit a superfecta.
Yeah. Again, gamble more.
I want to hit a superfecta.
Yeah.
I resolve to gamble more in 2025.
You can't win if you don't play.
Here,
man.
you're going to like this one, Chuck. Do more yoga.
Yeah, well, whatever. No, the resolution would be more like Bart.
Yeah, okay.
And then as you scroll down, that would include do more yoga.
Bench press 225.
Well, that's just out of the question. I mean, let's get real.
You don't think I can do it?
I don't know if you can or not.
I'm just telling you can't. I don't know if you can or not. I'm just telling you can't.
The judgment. I just feel the judgment from Chuck.
No, I think it's great.
Like he's listening to my list and he's like, this is a crock of crap.
Yeah, it's like, whatever, man.
Start a burner Twitter account.
Love that for you.
Now
That's on my list.
Now that could
Yeah.
be fun.
Love that journey for you.
Develop some more bad habits.
Yeah,
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk a mile in someone's shoes.
Walk a mile in somebody else's shoes.
That's
Literally.
what I'm going to
Yeah.
do this year.
Run a mile.
Literally.
Physically. Run a
I'm going to
mile.
run a mile this year.
Everybody want to resolve to run at least 1 mile this year?
Not particularly.
Not all in one day, but you know, over the course of 365 days,
Yeah.
if you add up all the running,
Yeah.
you might get to a mile.
Is there anything that you can do?
I hate running.
Not like eating or drinking or sleeping. Like, is there anything you can do that you'll do every single day in 2025 that's a choice? I don't know. Like, I'm thinking about, like, what do we eliminate? Driving? I mean, some of these things that you have to do. Like, you don't have to. But is there anything you can choose to do that you think that you can do 365 days?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, like, what would it be?
Some sort of like physical activity, like
Yoga?
workout.
Is that what
Yeah,
you were going to say?
yoga would count.
You do
Yeah.
yoga every day?
Yoga.
Well, listen,
ride
we're
the
not
stationary
leaving here
bike.
until you tell me exactly what it is.
Well, I did.
Or if
Some-
we're not-
some
you're
sort of
going to do
physical
yoga.
activity.
Well, I mean, like, like is that like walk
Some
out
sort of
to the
workout every
mailbox?
single day.
Some
Every
sort
day.
of exercise.
Yeah, some sort of exercise.
Some
every day.
sort of exercise. Edward?
Take a vitamin. Take your vitamins.
I feel like mine was much better than that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you guys are a couple of party guys, man. Holy cow. It's going to be a raucous 2025 for you guys.
Oh, what a show we're going to have.
I don't even make resolutions anymore.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I don't. It's too late in the game.
What do you mean?
It is
It's
too late.
never too late.
I'm going to
never
get up
too
earlier.
late to make a good decision.
I want to get up earlier. I would like to get up a little bit earlier in 2025. I'd like to shave off about 15 minutes.
I'm going to swear more in 20.
I'm going to cuss more, and I'm going to develop some more bad habits.
Yeah. I think being able to do something for 365 straight days that's a choice is challenging. Like, it's so hard to do the same thing for some people. Some people are just like that. That's how they're wired.
Wasn't there a story about somebody who like totally changed his life just by like starting to make his bed every morning?
That was Chuck. It's 6:46. Chuck and Bo Show. New Year's Eve. Good morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Rick's in Fayetteville. Rick, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's a privilege to talk with you guys, and I love the Razorbacks.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list. A craft brewery with roots in North Little Rock dating back to 2013. With popular flavors like Blue Wing Berry Wheat Ale, the Honeybird Blonde, and the Early Bird IPA, there's no shortage to enjoy a tasty craft beer flight at the Flyway Brewery in Fayetteville, 1550 East Zion Road, or in North Little Rock at 314 Maple Street. Flyway Craft Beer, also available in restaurants and stores everywhere.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
We bring in players. They didn't grow up with a Woo victory. They don't bleed hog red. They bleed money.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
With the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, luxury is all in the details. A cheesy gordita crunch with the crisp bite of a crunchy taco wrapped in a pillowy flatbread. A beefy 5-layer burrito with seasoned beef stacked on velvety melted cheese. A crunchy taco, chips and nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink. All for just $7. Live Lux for less today at Taco Bell.
At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
You sure? Because I won a spelling bee in the 5th grade, and I don't think there's an S in comfort.
Yes, Skechers, we put the S in comfort. Like our hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear that's completely touchless. You just step in and go. There's no bending down and no tying your shoes. And they have Skechers Air Cool Memory Foam for incredible comfort. Because at Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Okay, well, I've got some Skechers slip-ins. Here, let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh... Wow, Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh, we told you.
See for yourself how Skechers put the S in comfort. Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I was supposed to ask him at the start of the segment what he did
really
last
appreciate
night.
you asking.
I forgot. What'd you do last night, Bo?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
They were a handful. And then all of a sudden we wore them out. We got a couple steals. You got a couple plays. And you broke it open. We need every guy, don't we?
Yes.
Like, we need every guy bringing their best effort, how hard they're going to play.
John Calipari in the locker room after the game. Hogs Plus bringing you that. Cal talking to the team. It was a tight game in the first half. Then they blew it open in the second half.
Yeah,
in front of a pretty good crowd.
It was a good crowd. I wondered what it would be like, quite honestly, Monday night between Christmas and New Year's. But it was a really good crowd. People have figured out that they don't have to get there super early. They've got their timing down, when they can park and still get to their seat by the time the game tips. And so it's gotten to where it really doesn't, it doesn't really fill up until just a few minutes before tip. But it was a good crowd.
Chuck, as a broadcaster, when the crowd's good, does it help you?
Oh, absolutely.
With the broadcast.
Man. Absolutely.
Give you energy.
No question about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You love a full house, man.
I can tell. When I'm listening, I can tell whether there's a big crowd there or not. Not by the sounds, and all the noise, but how you broadcast.
It sets the tone. It sets the tone. That's the deal.
That's what we do.
That's
on the show.
Yeah.
We set the tone.
Get people ready
get
to
you
go.
Going. Yeah.
Get them ready to go.
Chuck and Bo Show. Final day of the year. Look, can you participate today? Can you just tell us what your resolutions are? Have you made any? Are resolutions garbage, or are they like? Should we hold on to that?
Stick to them.
Should we hold on? Well, that's that right there in a nutshell is so negative and it's so harmful to where we're going as a country.
It's not negative.
You are what's wrong with America, Bart.
Jeez.
And don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise.
Catching strays the whole first hour.
Everybody's scared to do anything because they're afraid they're going to fail.
Well,
we're all going to fail.
Failure's part of the journey.
Right, but you said, I said, is it garbage? And you said, not if you stick to them. Well, you should still make some. Well, I mean, you should. I'm not telling you should. But I think it's a healthy thing.
It is.
To go ahead and put something on the wall. Chuck's over here like, get on with it.
No, I'm hanging on your every word.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, I'll give you some of the more popular ones at some point today.
What everybody resolves to be.
What everybody resolves to be.
Just don't join a gym. Just don't join the gym.
Oh, the parking lot will be full for a month.
I mean, you can join a gym, just don't join mine. I like mine just the way it is.
Bo's, the fees at Bo's are too high.
Yeah. We don't need like, find your own place to work out in January. If you're still around in February, then you can come in.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Weed out the riffraff.
They should have a gym that's only open during January. Like, it's the only month of the year.
Pop-up
it's
gyms.
Yeah.
It's like Spirit Halloween.
That's a great business idea, Chuck. A pop-up gym in January.
Be dead by March.
Well,
but,
that's what I'm saying.
You got a pop-up. You got a
It's
couple of good months there.
It's almost 7 o'clock on the last day of the year.
Flight by Yuengling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes.
All the players play harder for him. You know, do you make the players around you better? That's what you look for in a quarterback. I think he raises the skill level of everybody around him because of who he is. So that's my reason for believing he's a good quarterback.
Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric.
Just thinking, what is a Pirates' favorite college football team?
Say it, Bart.
Arkansas.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
There's all these arguments about what did this game really mean, because the next week, I respect the out of you guys. I respect the out of how we roll the ball out and you guys just go out and compete. I can't even put it into words, man. I cannot put it into words. I love the hell out of you guys. I love the hell out of you guys. Listen, we did some things. We got 14 wins. We already talked about once we got to where we were at, 13, that we franchise record, 14 to franchise record, 8-0 on the road. Franchise record, all right? 8-0 on the road, which tells you at its worst, we can go anywhere and win, gentlemen. That's the bottom line. Listen, you can't ask for anything better. To be able to have the division and the 1 seat on the line back at home. Guys, this is what it's all about. This is why you're in this profession, man. This is as good as it gets. We're so thankful for this opportunity. This can be unbelievable. Appreciate you guys, man. It's a hell of a job. It's a hell of a ride, and we got one more. He wins. All right, we already talked about once we got to where we were at, 13, that we franchise record, 14 to I cannot put it into words. I love the hell out of you guys.
Or 500,000. We have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Dumps it underneath. Golden shot blocked by Brazil.
Oof. Oof.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
You know, one of the things that the way I like to coach, I solicit a lot of feedback from the girls. And there's that language that you develop with your players that those seniors already know. And so when I'm asking them to do something, they can translate it for me, you know? Or when I'm needing feedback from them, they kind of know what I'm wanting to hear.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
You know, one of the things I admire about you, David from Cersei, was just going on about what a great play-by-play man you
Okay,
are.
all right. What are we doing here?
One of the things
I'm getting set up.
I admire about you is how you can still call a game and nobody would have any idea the game started after your bedtime.
It's called a daytime nap. It's called a daytime nap.
That is not mediocre, I promise.
If they play at 8 o'clock, one thing you can be certain of is that Chuck had a nap during the day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a called play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you
Bo.
believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
It's time to reflect. Last
I'm
day of
feeling
the year.
reflective.
It's the last day of the year. Let's look back on 24. And I do have a regret, but I'm going to forward it to Christmas 2025. I wish I had gotten you guys this for Christmas this past season, but I'm going to do it next year. And it's here's my goal. Okay, this is not a resolution, it's a goal, Edward, I think. What I'm going to get you guys for Christmas in 2025. You ready?
I got an unbelievable amount of respect for you guys. I know what this was, and there's all these arguments about what did this game really mean, because the next week I respect the out of you guys. I respect the out of how we roll the ball out and you guys just go out and compete. I can't even put it into words, man. I cannot put it into words. I love the hell out of you guys.
So I'm going to get you each a Dan Campbell personalized motivational speech. Detroit Lions coach.
That's great.
So I want you to look forward to that all year.
I
And
will.
When you're down.
I will.
When you're having a tough day, I want you to think, my Dan Campbell motivational speech is coming at the end of the year.
That'll.
Will that do it for you?
Well, it'll be life-changing, I'm sure.
And we may supplement, if we have to, if I can't get Dan Campbell to give each one of you a personalized motivational speech, I'll get Houston Nutt to do it.
Those two should be on Cameo.
Yeah,
I believe Houston Nutt is on.
By the way,
we should get Chuck on there.
The Lions won 40-34. Yes, we should. The Lions beat the Niners 40-34. That is a great idea.
You could make so much money, Chuck.
Yes, we should make you money.
I had a guy pitch that to me, honest to God, about a year or two ago.
I'm being serious.
It was not my New Year's resolution to do it, so
So it didn't happen.
I didn't trust him.
You had a guy.
I trust Edward.
I'll help you out for a small fee.
Yeah.
What do you mean
by small?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
20%.
What do you? Tell me more. Tell
Well,
me
he
more.
was on the phone. He was on the phone, and it just didn't seem right to me. It just didn't seem right to me.
Hey, it's Biff Johnson here with Cameo.
Well, I mean,
we'd love to have you on board. What's the
call me
setup?
on a bad day. Call me on a bad day.
What's the setup?
They take a cut, of course, and they help you, publicize it and all this stuff. It just sounded silly to me.
Yeah.
So I said,
well, I mean, what kind of?
I said, I'll get back to you.
Were they like, hey, you make 20? It's $25. You make 5. We make 20.
Well, I don't recall the exact figures, but it was a little too much for them and not quite enough for me. It's what it boiled down to. So. And I thought to myself, one of these days I'll run into somebody like Edward, and he can do it for me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Who wouldn't want a cameo from Chuck?
Nice birthday greeting.
Right. Open up, Mom's birthday.
Merry
Hey,
Christmas.
Daisy, it's Chuck Barrett.
That's right.
Wishing you the very happiest of birthdays.
Hey,
I hope
make
all
2025
your
count.
dreams come true.
That's it.
See, you could have, yeah.
I know. I could be ragging
Well,
up.
that's something to look into. But that's looking ahead. Well, looking back, how did we do in 24? How did we do in 24? Bart, it's your let's go to the Situation Room. What can you tell us about 2024?
Well, would you like to hear about fast food restaurants?
Well, why not? We turn your mic up a little bit.
Yeah. Crank it up, Bart.
It's like it's like ABC doing a game. We hear the crowd noise, but not the announcers.
What is up with them, man? Could they not have the Parab mic up quite so loud? Jeez.
Chuck's like, I can't hear the announcers.
I can't hear what they're saying.
He's adjusting the volume on his TV, and the crowd just gets louder.
I know.
Chuck might be the first person in history to complain about the announcers not being
I've
loud
been,
enough.
I've heard lots of people say
I've been saying it forever.
Their crowd mic is too loud.
It's the craziest thing. Network television, it's way too, the crowd's way too
they
loud.
override it, man.
And
it's
you can't
like,
hear the announcers.
Pot it down a little bit.
I want to know what's going on. I mean, I can see it, but I want to hear it.
But I didn't
That's
mean
another
to-
pet peeve. Like, I don't want to go watch a game at a sports bar and not be able to hear it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a sports bar, if there's 50 games on, I get, like, you can't have them all on. But, like, a big game, like a playoff game, like Boise and Penn State tonight,
I want to hear the game.
turn the volume on. Anyhow, back to
your
Bart
fast food
and the
list.
music.
Back to your fast food.
2024, last day of the year.
So USA Today came out with their 2024 Reader Rank Survey of the best fast food chains in America. Chick-fil-A has been dethroned after nearly a decade on top of the ranking.
Breaking news, Chick-fil-A to open on Sundays.
That tells you all you need to know.
I'm kidding.
Number one on the list is Del Taco, which we do
Never
not
heard
have
of
here
it.
in Arkansas.
We do not have Del Taco.
The closest I know of is in Tulsa.
They're the number one fast food chain.
Number one
in America?
best fast
America.
food chain in America.
America's new fast food chain.
I don't
Del
believe
Taco.
that.
So
No.
can I go to
I
Del
think it's
Taco
fake
in
news.
L.A.? Like when I
Yes.
land today?
Yes, you could go to Del Taco.
In-N-Out Burger.
In
You
fact,
should go to
in
In-N-Out
fact,
Burger.
I hope you do. Now that you know they're the number one fast food chain in America
Wow.
this year.
Does that make it good or just popular?
Maybe both.
I guess that's for you to decide.
Thank you. I'll report back.
Please do.
Yeah.
Number two is a bit of a stunner. It's also not Chick-fil-A. It's Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC.
Okay, now
Which-
you've lost me. Now you've lost me.
I can't go there with you. I can't.
Well, that's what I'm saying
So
about
Del
Del Taco.
Taco's number one.
KFC number 2, Chick-fil-A number 3, In-N-Out Burger number 4, Hardee's number 5.
In-N-Out.
Wow,
In-N-Out is
Hardee's from out of nowhere.
coming back.
No kidding.
Well,
It's
know,
all
you
those
got the-
Tommy Kraft live on
Well,
location shows.
That's right. It's all the ESPN Arkansas
That's
remotes.
right. Yes.
And, they call that Carl's Jr. in parts of the country. I've never figured out where does the Hardee's Carl Jr.
Where's the line?
Where's the
end?
line of
Like the
demarcation?
Mason-Dixon line
Is
between
it the
Hardee's and
Mississippi
Carl
River? Is it the Continental Divide?
What's the line of
Where does
demarcation?
it start?
Yeah.
Where does Hardee's
Where's
go to
end?
Carl's Jr.?
Yeah, where
I've
does
always
Hardee's
wondered.
end? Where does Hardee's end and Carl's Jr. begin?
I think it might actually be the Mississippi River because
No.
At Blakeman's, obviously, is where it happens.
No, it would be
where your journey ends and your story begins.
I guess it would be the
Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
maybe the Arkansas River or something because
You
maybe,
don't know.
Well, no, in Tulsa they have Carl's Jr.
You don't know.
In Tulsa they have Carl's Jr.
Really?
They don't have Hardee's.
Huh. Well, I'm stunned.
Anyway.
I'm stunned. I'm
Anyway.
speechless.
All right,
Once
I've got
again,
it
I
here.
still
I've got
don't
it.
know where the line is.
I've got a
Edward.
map.
Oh, somebody
he
did
Googled it.
some
He Googled
research.
it. He Googled it.
Somebody did some research.
ahead.
Got a map.
You get the floor. You do research. You get the floor.
Carl's Jr. and
By the way,
Hardee's.
hold up.
Hang on. No. It's no interruptions day. Stop.
Well, I have an important interruption.
Can't do a radio show without interruptions.
Why is there a camera facing the blinds? And Edward doesn't have one.
I know.
It's a better visual over there.
I agree.
There's a camera.
Chuck says I agree.
Chuck's jumping on my self-deprecation there.
I
Carl's
wasn't
Jr.
listening.
and
I
Hardee's.
said I agree.
Then I must be a young man.
Yeah, that was good.
Chuck's laugh on the post game show last
I'm going to
night.
start just turning my mic down so there's nothing there for you guys to make fun of.
What you got, Edward?
All right. Carl's
Sorry.
Jr. and Hardee's are in both Oklahoma and Colorado.
So in those states, you could run into either a Hardee's or a Carl's Jr.
Yes.
Either one.
You could.
Same menu,
That's what I'm saying.
different name. Huh. The things you learn.
fascinated.
The things you learn. So you're telling me that I could be in Tulsa and it could be a Hardee's and I could drive to Enid and it would be a Carl's Jr.
Shout out Enid.
That's amazing.
That's what we're telling.
This map is really hard to verbalize. It's like a diagonal divide of the United States.
Who cares?
I do.
Chuck does. Can you see
I
this
want-
from
well,
there?
Bart said it was number 5. Yeah, I can see it. And I mean, it was just like a
And
surprise.
you're saying, why did Hardee's get the number 5
Exactly.
nod and Carl's Jr.'s left out?
well,
It's the same
or
place.
maybe it's the combination of the two that's vaulted them into the top 10. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I
That's
get
all
it
I'm
now.
saying.
I get
like
it.
if you were like, there's a lot
Like
of Taco
KFC,
Bell,
Long John Silver's?
Yeah, like when you see these combo restaurants.
A&W.
You know,
A&W.
A&W. Yeah.
Speaking of Long John Silver's, Captain D's number 6.
Oh, my
You've
God.
got to be kidding me.
Which
we are a
is
healthy nation, aren't we?
Really something.
Yeah.
7 Taco Bell, 8 Popeyes, 9 Zaxby's, 10 Arby's.
Wow.
Arby's.
I would have never guessed all that, or at least not in that order.
So what's your favorite of that group?
Well, probably Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I was going to take that off the table. That's too easy. Give me another one.
In and out.
Yeah, let's go.
Popeyes.
Edward.
Yeah. Hardee's. I mean Arby's, sorry.
Carl's Jr.
Arby's. I mean Arby's. I'm an Arby's guy. I like Arby's.
Yeah.
I like a good Carl's Jr. Hey, man.
You sure do, Chuck.
Give me that big, what is it, the big Husky burger? Whatever they call it there.
It's the last.
I gotta look
huge.
this up.
It's
It's
huge.
the last day of the year, and it sounds like it on the Chuck and Bo Show. 7:13. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Bo, it's good to hear you back on the radio, man. I missed you in the afternoons, and you guys seem to be gelling right along. So it's good to hear both of you
Thanks,
on
man.
morning.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original Sports Rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
The final days of Chevy's Red Tag event have arrived at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Last chance for up to $16,000 total savings on new 2024 Silverados. Final days for up to $11,000 in total savings on new 2024 Suburbans and Tahoes. At Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 1/2/25.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, Confidence and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatingThemCosmetic.com and click on the Sweating 'em Edge.
There's nothing like a college football Saturday, a few beers, your phone, and Twitter. The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about? Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter & Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta, WW, Bookgram,
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Brad, Tyson, and their entire team are so thankful this time of year during the holidays. We appreciate all of our customers that enjoy the beverage bar at Boonville, the hot food at Phoenix, and the deli at Jam Mart number 10. We know you're loving the updated pumps at our gas stations, and we're continuing to strive to find new creative ways to improve every single day. If you love Jam Mart, please leave us a 5-star review on Google. Happy holidays from your friends at Jam Mart.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
So-and-so enters the portal. The portal wasn't even open until today. What time does it turn on? Is there a switch?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oh, man, what a day. Oh, New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we're all over it.
People are sleeping in this morning, trying to get ready for their big night tonight. I just can't do it. It's
stay up till midnight.
I mean, like, it's just sort of, at some point, at least for me, I got to the age, I guess, I don't know, where it's just sort of like, so we're staying up till midnight.
Well,
like what?
You're going to be at one of those Hollywood parties tonight. And the problem for you is going to be the body clock. Because when it's midnight out there, it's going to be like 2 in the morning here.
I'm going. Never make the mistake, just a quick travel tip. Never make the mistake of leaving here early, like a 6 a.m. flight, to go to the West Coast. Because when you get there,
late.
It's still 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's right.
And you're up like, 4 a.m. that time or 3 a.m. And it's just that is a bad day.
You going to be on the
It's a
show
long
this Thursday
day.
morning? 4 a.m. out there in the Pacific time zone. You're going to be on?
I wasn't going to acknowledge this.
Yeah.
The truth is, I could make the show.
Well, I
on
know
Thursday
that.
morning.
We all know that.
But
I mean, you're not breaking any news there. We didn't believe your line the minute it came out of your mouth about that early flight.
Well, I mean, it's it's a 10 a.m. flight.
Well, I mean, you weren't fooling anybody.
But I know better. It's kind of like I know better than staying up till midnight on New Year's Eve. Because you know what happens then? You have this big event, and you get your second wind because everybody's, kissing and holding, champagne glasses up in the air. And somebody's got to turn it into a party. Now, next thing you know, it's 2 a.m.
Well, I'm just going to confess. I'm just going to confess to you guys. I stayed up too late after the Liberty Bowl the other night in Memphis.
Oh.
I have not recovered yet.
Yeah.
I have not recovered yet.
Yeah, I want to hear about
No,
this.
I don't mean like I was out, bar
Beale
hopping
Street.
and stuff. No, it
Beale
wasn't
Street?
that.
No?
I just stayed up late. And my body clock
Lobby
changed.
bar?
Yeah,
Yeah,
lobby bar.
yeah.
And
Just talking to the people.
Yeah,
just seeing old friends.
having a good time. And
The Peabody will bring that out of you.
before you know it, it's late. And then next thing I know, it's really late. And then it's like obscenely late. And I'm just getting in. And it is. I mean, what day is it today? Tuesday?
Who can say?
I have not.
It's the last day of the year.
I'm not even close to being recovered from it yet. I mean, it's just terrible.
Somebody take Chuck to one of these IV places after the show.
Yeah, I mean, when you get to a certain point in life and you screw up your sleep pattern, it messes you up
So
for a week.
I'm not staying up tonight. I mean, it'll be midnight here at 10 p.m. there. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I got a big day tomorrow.
Get you a Del Taco
I got to do
and
stuff.
call it a night.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to be out partying.
Eddie in Beverly Hills. Eddie in Clarksville.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Happy New Year.
My call. I'd like to take an opportunity to wish you gentlemen a very happy New Year.
Thank you, Eddie.
And if we
Same
look
to you, my friend.
in the next year, I would like to wish this fan base a happy New Year. You know, one thing I learned about life, being on the hog train for decades, where one season ends, it gives birth to another. And we get into our basketball. I was going down, memory lane. And, to me personally, I've been blessed. I was going down memory lane when you talk about our basketball. You talk about this game against Tennessee, number one team in the country. Well, we beat number one teams before. You can bet that. Let me say this. 1983, as I was going down memory lane, we were number 4. Houston was number 1 in the country. They called them Five Slamma Jamma. We come up a little short that day. But in 1984, Big Joe went to work on the big boy, and we beat him. Let me say this. I go down memory lane. You talk about UNLV, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augman, and we had a team with the best defensive guards, Darrell Walker, Big Joe, Alvin Robinson, and we beat them. Let me say this. No, we came up short against Larry Johnson. He was kind of like Corliss Wilson in the middle. I mean, he'd go to work. Let me say this. Some of the teams we faced, you talk about the triplets with, Eddie Sutton started it. And then he kind of passed it on to Coach Richardson. And you know what? To me, our basketball program is rich in tradition. And they kind of lost a little luster in our program, not what it once was. I know Coach Musk trying to recapture some of it. I believe now we got a Coach Calipari, that's going to bring us another national championship in basketball. May not be this year. I tell you one thing, he is a relentless recruiter, and he can make no mistake about it. He can coach a game of basketball. I can't wait to that game against Kentucky this year. I believe these players are up to the task. We certainly got the God-given talent to do it. Let me say this, our program again is rich in tradition, and I just mentioned some of the teams. You talk about in '84. Maybe, the greatest player to ever play the game, Michael Jordan. And Big Charles hit a big shot in the Pine Bluff Convention Center. Woo! And you talk about the Fab Five. We beat them too. Let me say that when you talk about Johnny Rose, Chris Webber, we beat them that day. Let me say this. Our basketball program, you go down memory lane, and if our program recaptures that moment, and I have to believe in our football hadn't always been bad. Let me say this. One thing about the portal is, it's like a box of chocolates. It's like a box of Cracker Jacks. You can maybe hit the jackpot in the portal, and your program gets to 10 wins. You get to 10 wins, you're playing for a national championship, and that's certainly attainable. In our program. And you look at the payroll of some of these teams, they're in the playoff this year. Have a hell of a lot better payroll than we put in the portal, and they still got a couple of losses. Let me say this, stay aboard the home train. We got baseball coming. Our basketball is just fixing to get rolling. And I can't wait to see this year where the basketball home train takes us. Happy New Year to all. And Happy New Year to this program. And congratulations again to Coach Pittman, to the players. Give me more next year. But maybe next year's not looking so bad. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you, Eddie.
Happy New Year.
How many times did he say, let me say this?
Let me say this.
10.
10. Wow, double figures.
We're gonna start setting an over/under total on.
Well, he had a couple of almost.
Yeah,
But
it could
he
have been 12.
started, and
Could
then
have
could have easily gone to 12.
Yeah.
Also, thank you for counting.
Yeah.
And he said, what was it, rich in tradition? How many times did he say that, Edward? Twice?
I lost count, but
2 or 3
two
times.
or 3 times.
He was working on a double-double is what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was stuffing the stat sheet.
We were, his line. His line
he was down
incredible
memory.
at the
He
end
was
of the
down
call.
memory
Oh,
lane
yeah.
at least 5 or 6 times.
Threw a woo in for good measure.
He was not far, really, from a triple-double if you analyze it. If you really break it down.
Couple steals, couple blocks.
Yeah.
It was a good performance.
It was a hell of a line, though. You're right.
He was
Stuffing the stat shit. That was a good line.
That is good, and it's so true of an Eddie call.
It is. Stuff.
That's it. That's it.
Stat
Hey, we got to keep track of these. That's so good. He had double, triple-double, throwing a couple of rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, like,
what more can
that
you ask
steal.
for?
Yeah, he always has a steal from himself too. Like he's going over here and he like yanks it back over, takes it the other way.
He started to say, "Let me say this," which would have been number 10.
No, we made 10.
No, but he stopped about halfway through, and then he got number 10.
Correct.
A couple of seconds later. But I thought we were going to have to go back and go to the
Double figures.
replay to see if we actually got
Well, I
to
mean,
double figures.
like Boogie Fland, he's going to hit double figures every time.
Yeah, well, he realized that he was higher in one category,
No,
and he
you're
had to
right.
even it out if he was going to hit double status. It was a quick.
I think he said Charlie Rose instead of Jalen Rose.
Yeah, he did.
Too. One of the texters pointed out.
Did he say Donald Walker or Daryl?
He said Daryl.
Daryl.
He said Daryl.
Charlie Rose was good, though. I love Eddie. I think he's great.
Oh, I love him. Happy New Year. Listen, Eddie's just part of us.
That's right.
He is. He's part of the fabric. 877-377-6963.
It's like Duvet and Bidet. I mean,
right.
It's
right.
just
What an idiot. What an idiot. You know what one of my resolutions for 2025 is?
Buy thesaurus,
To be
buy
nicer.
dictionary.
I want to be nicer to myself. And it starts with not being an idiot. 727. Good morning. Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We just really appreciate all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
This holiday season, give a gift that sparkles brighter than ever. A diamond from Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, premier destination for diamonds in Northwest Arkansas. At Blakeman's, we don't just help you find the perfect diamond, we guide you through the journey, teaching you everything you need to know to make the most meaningful choice. Whether it's for a proposal under the mistletoe, or a holiday anniversary, or simply a way to say I love you. Blakeman's is where your search ends and your story begins.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Good morning, Smack Daddy. What's happening?
What's up, Bald Brotherhood?
There you go.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I tell you what, I know this got a lot of guys with some big hearts. For 3 hours or however long, maybe 4 hours, we're the best team in the country today. And it's offense, defense, and special teams. There's some guys like Darren McFadden, baby. Y'all better put him in the Heisman. You better put him up there. I'm tired of him being number 4. We got that wood right here, baby. Somebody better look at this guy's the best football player in the country, and his name's not being mentioned. Lou Holtz, Mark May, number 5. You better look at him a little closer. He's a football player.
ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Winter
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
With the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, luxury is all in the details. A cheesy gordita crunch with the crisp bite of a crunchy taco wrapped in a pillowy flatbread. A beefy 5-layer burrito with seasoned beef stacked on velvety melted cheese. A crunchy taco, chips and nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink. All for just $7. Live Lux for less today at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
At Central Hydraulic in Fort Smith, the work doesn't just stop when the temperature drops. We're your go-to service provider. Be sure to prep your machine and stay ahead of the frost and costly damage. Still using summer oil? Winter-friendly oil is the weapon your machine needs. Be sure to get an oil change. Check your hydraulic fluid, fuel prep, and battery check. For all these services needed in the cold weather months, come see Central Hydraulic for all your hydraulic needs at 6104 Highway 271 South or call at 479-646-0571. Central Hydraulic, your service provider.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Hey, folks, here at Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren, Crawford County's only new car dealer. I've got Grant Neal, General Manager. Grant, man, what a great selection you guys have here at Road Chevrolet.
It's really awesome. You know, we've been looking at trying to expand our inventory, and right now the selection's the best it's been in a long time. Full line of new light-duty trucks. Got, I think, over 10 heavy-duty trucks in stock, including the 3500 cabin chassis, as well as the extremely popular custom 2500 that everybody's in love with.
There have been times when some dealerships have charged over MSRP. What about here at Rhodes?
Well, no, I mean, we've never charged over MSRP through all the craziness we never did, and now we're even marking below MSRP.
And if you need financing, you can take care of that too.
Oh, absolutely. Robert Good, our finance director, is an absolute wizard at working the banks. GM Financial's offering rates as low as 1.9% for well-qualified buyers on select new Chevys, and we haven't seen rates that low in a very long time.
Come by today, 2800 Alma Highway, Van Buren Road, Chevrolet.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
At 5 o'clock this morning, I was like, I don't think I can go. I don't think I can answer the
And
bell.
by 7:30, he's changing the world.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Do you see the Delta Airlines flight that
Gonzaga's deal?
Yeah.
That's the airport you're going to tonight.
That's an LAX?
Yeah.
At LAX?
Yeah.
So a Delta Airlines flight was taken off, and Gonzaga's private charter, the basketball team, was on the tarmac and nearly had a collision.
They had to make, I mean, they had to literally
right
slam on the brakes so the plane would not collide with them, and then the plane takes off.
You know, that whole air traffic control thing is just scary. Like if you ever look at the amount of flights, like people make graphics and they put these animations out or whatever of all the flights that are in the air at one time, like around the holidays. It's absurd.
I
like
think
crazy.
you should get a window seat and contemplate all the possibilities as you begin to land at LAX today.
I will.
You know, that way you can just have a total freak out right before you land.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's going to happen. I mean, we've had like a 2 or 3 day rash of, airline issues.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that, you hop on a flight and you don't even look in the cockpit, and you just wonder who's flying this thing. You just don't even think about it. You just go. You know, we're just so used to travel that way. Same with the subway. Subway is something I got familiar with in New York.
I didn't get on the subway.
L.A. Well, you should have.
I just didn't.
Just
I mean,
lot
I've
to
done
see
it in
there.
other places, but I've not.
Well, you
done
didn't
it
have
there.
to. I mean, you just walked around.
Well, I mean, I had a driver. You know, that's just me. No, I'm joking. I just walked around.
He wanted to say that. So
Yeah,
much.
no,
Chuck's
no.
New Year's resolution
Yeah.
is to have a driver.
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
Like
That
one
would
of
be
these
nice.
one of these people
That
that
would
work
be
in
nice.
New York and they live an hour and a half outside the city. And they just take their vehicle and their driver, they drive them in, they sit in the back of the SUV like Lincoln Lawyer, and he's just doing
I
his
love
work
that
back
show.
there.
I love that show.
Oh, yeah.
And that would be a good idea. You know, have a driver and you just like, you know,
Is that
ride
on?
around.
My New Year's resolution is to win a scratch off, and yours is to have a driver.
Couple of worthy goals right there, man. It's going to be a great year.
We are killing it.
Yeah.
We're looking for ambition this morning. 877-377-6963. Razorback resolutions. By the way, we've learned today that resolutions are often confused with goals. Goals are confused with resolutions. And it was really like Edward and Bart got all over me.
They ruined the whole thing.
And like, I came in on
Bo
fire.
had a whole bit planned out. He's been
just-
up since 3 o'clock in the morning. He can't wait to unload. And here's those aren't
I'm
resolutions.
reading off my resolution list. And those are goals. I'm like, well, my 2025 resolution: win a scratch off, hit a superfecta, hit a hole in one,
gamble more.
That's what they say. Yeah. And they're like, no. You
Let's
just need
put
to
it
gamble
all
more.
under
That'll be the result.
umbrella
Right.
of gambling
Right.
more.
So, anyhow, here's Bart with some movies people watched in 2024.
Yeah, let's see if
now
we
that that's over.
Let's see if we saw any of them.
Yeah, these are the top 10 movies of the year at the box office. Domestically, not worldwide. Just here.
I have
in the
not
US.
seen that movie.
Yeah, that was a good.
Is that a
No,
movie?
no.
Oh, I was going to say.
Domestic.
Sounds like Harrison Ford was in it, and I didn't see it.
Number one, Inside Out 2, $653 million.
Saw it.
Did you really? Did you see Inside Out 1? Really?
Those are phenomenal movies. Yeah.
Really?
Really good.
Wow.
Really?
Pixar. Yeah.
Pixar. Wow.
Pixar doesn't miss.
Yeah, well, clearly. I'll say.
Uh,
Go ahead,
num-
Mark.
number
Not since
two-
Toys R Us was in business.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Deadpool and Wolverine.
See
Anybody?
it? Anybody see it? Anyone?
I
did you?
I did see it.
Was
yeah.
it good?
It was very good. Very entertaining.
Okay.
Accidentally saw it in 3D, but that's another story. Number 3 is
What was number 2?
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yes,
That's the name of the
that's
movie.
the name of the movie.
Okay.
Are any of these movies like non-animated? Are the
yeah.
Pixar movies animated?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have to wear those funny
are they-
glasses?
No.
No. Okay.
Number 3 movie that recently
I have a
came
hold
out.
on. I have a new resolution.
Oh,
I want to see Inside Out 1 and 2 in 2025.
Yeah, maybe before I die. when it gets to Netflix.
Number 3
They're on
is
Disney Plus where you watch Bo's show.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's where I watched it.
Watch the whole thing.
Number 3, Wicked, a movie that's still out in theaters.
I've heard
now.
of that.
Well,
Does that count?
Sure.
Have you heard of it, Bo?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Number
saw
4,
it.
Despicable Me 4. They've made 4 of
Wow.
those apparently.
I've seen one of those.
Number 5, Moana 2. Number 6,
Kids saw that.
It's a big year for sequels,
Yeah.
based on what you're saying.
Well, here's a couple more. Number 6, Beetlejuice. Don't say it a third time. Number 7, Dune Part 2. Number 8, Twisters.
Yeah. Saw that. I raised my hand. Saw that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
Luke Combs singing away.
Number 9, Godzilla and Kong: The New Empire. And number 10, Kung Fu Panda 4.
Wow, Chuck, I beat you 1-0.
I got just drugged.
You got shut out.
No, I didn't even get the ball out of the my own 10-yard line.
You didn't.
I
You didn't get it out of the infield.
I just
You haven't. When's the last time you went to a movie?
I'm kind of well.
Okay. See, now we're getting somewhere. Now we can start making resolutions on behalf of Chuck.
Did you see any? Did you go see Twisters in the theater, Bo?
Yes.
Okay.
It was great.
Okay.
Twisters?
Yes, as in
Not,
multiple.
Not the old tornado movie. With
No,
Kevin
it's
Bacon?
the sequel. It's the sequel.
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Is every movie in the top 10 a sequel? Does no one have an original idea anymore?
Wicked, the only one that was not a sequel.
What's Wicked about?
Well, it's actually based on
actually
a Broadway
prequel.
musical. So.
Well, again,
It's
what's
like-
Wicked about?
It's the prequel to the Wizard of Oz.
It's yeah.
And this one was a part 1, so technically there will be a sequel.
Wow. Remember when we were talking about starting this show? And Chuck says to me, he goes, and I want us to be strong on pop culture.
Well, I'm trying.
What
I'm
was
trying.
I thinking?
I'm trying.
I just kind of
What I
nodded.
meant,
I
what I
just
meant
kinda
was
nodded.
everybody else.
Yeah. I just kind of nodded. Was like, oh. And then
I look back now, I would say these
we have
things.
no clue.
And Bo would like just be suppressing laughter. I would, we got to do weather. We got to do weather. And, yeah, man, we're going to do weather.
That's coming in 2025.
And,
we'll be a full service.
I
morning
realize
show.
now that you guys were all scoffing at
Well,
my
no, I mean,
ideas and just like, we got to humor him.
I mean, we got to get you to the movies.
Yeah.
Well,
It's been a while.
I would
gotta
like
admit.
you to go to the movies.
The movies is fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's so loud. I mean, it is. It's so loud in there.
Says the guy who has his headphones turned all the way up.
It's hours of misspent youth right there. I got damaged ears.
That's amazing. I'm sort of just stunned that you haven't been to the movies in
a while.
How many years?
Oh, I don't know. It's been a while.
Do you know how to? You know where the theater is?
I do.
Do you still think? Do you
I
still
hear they
think
have-
it's what was now then Gold's Gym and now New Life Church? Do you think the movie theater in Fayetteville's still there?
I'm told they have these things like reclining seats.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
bring
yeah.
you
Oh.
food and all that
Oh.
stuff. Oh, yeah. So
Oh,
maybe,
it's an
maybe
experience.
at some
Chuck,
point.
hold on.
Recliners
I
have
was
been there
being
for a long
sarcastic. I know how the world works.
Chuck.
I'm not the dumbest guy in the world now. Just because I choose not to go doesn't mean I don't know what's going on.
Hold on. What if I told you that you could get a beer at the movies?
I've heard about that too. I keep up. I just choose not to participate.
What if I told you you could get a cocktail at the movies?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
What,
Is
you
that
get-
what you guys
you
do?
get
You
a
go to the
meal.
movies, just slam drinks? Well, hell, that's the reason movies like Despicable Me 4 are like in the top 10 because people are just getting drunk.
No, because
Makes them funny.
they're taking their children to the movie.
Whatever.
Not just a bunch of adults.
I'm not going. I'm not going.
It's not
You
a
guys can
theater
have my
full of
seat.
drunkards at Despicable Me 2.
Whatever.
Chuck's like, it all makes sense now.
I know it does
now
to
it all
me.
makes,
It
people are
does
getting
to me.
hammered,
It does to me.
and they think it's great because they're drunk.
They don't make good movies anymore. It's not worth going.
It's 7:43 on the last day of the year. Good morning.
Chuck, I believe this is all your fault.
Yeah.
I believe
Thank you.
so.
All right, there we
Thank
go.
you. And it's because he doesn't have YouTube TV for starters.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heated air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye. Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The final days of Chevy's Red Tag event have arrived at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Last chance for up to $16,000 total savings on new 2024 Silverados. Final days for up to $11,000 in total savings on new 2024 Suburbans and Tahoes. At Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 1/2/25.
How was Saturday night for you after the game? What'd you do to celebrate?
The only remedy, I thought maybe get a few cold beers in there, maybe help it out a little bit.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
At Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Wait. Skechers put the S in comfort?
Yes, comfort you have to feel to believe. Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
You sure? Because I won a spelling bee in the 5th grade, and I don't think there's an S in comfort.
Yes, Skechers, we put the S in comfort, like our hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear that's completely touchless. You just step in and go. There's no bending down and no tying your shoes. And they have Skechers Air Cool Memory Foam for incredible comfort. Because at Skechers, we put the S in comfort.
Okay, well, I've got some Skechers slip-ins. Here, let me try. Okay, I'm just stepping in and... Oh, wow. Skechers put the S in comfort.
Duh, we told you.
See for yourself how Skechers put the S in comfort. Find Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
There's been a couple of times on this show when I've forgotten my phone at home. Same spot. Both times I've left it at the house. And you get here, and it is a...
Where was it, on the back of the toilet?
It was in the bathroom. I'll just put it that way.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are we going chalk in the studio here on the playoffs that begin tonight? Boise State and Penn State in the Fiesta Bowl. Or does Bart have chalk? Has he?
What do we got, Bart? Really, we got big games.
You got all the favorites.
I've got locks.
Do you really?
Oh,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's got to start today with the game. I mean,
Right. That's what I'm saying. I've got locks for all 4 quarterfinals.
Are you holding out, or do you like?
Well, we could do them whatever.
I mean,
you're waiting for a big moment.
No, just whenever you want them. I got them.
Well, all right. Bring it on.
It's brought to you by Del Taco, number one fast food
I don't
restaurant
believe
in
that,
America.
by the way. I do not believe
Not
that,
in
by
Arkansas.
the
I don't
way.
believe it either. Like, what's so great about Del Taco?
I think Del Taco paid a fee to USA Today, and
That's
they
to the
listed
readers
them
of
as the
USA
number
Today.
one fast food joint in America.
Yeah, what do you think about the Reader's Choice Awards, Chuck, when you see those?
I think somebody bought their way to the top.
Yeah.
I do. You know how this stuff works.
Oh, yeah.
When you make these lists, I mean, generally there's some,
How much did you pay for your Sportscaster of the Year awards?
I paid a lot. I bought a full-page ad in their program out there. That's how you get
That's
these
right.
things.
And for the trophy they give you.
And I mean,
Right.
look, I know how this works. Hey, can you sell a couple of tables? Okay, well, we'll put you in.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can sell. I don't know if he can sell more than one table. I don't think he needs to go in. That's
So,
how that stuff
yeah,
works.
I need to start recruiting some friends.
You do.
That'll get me in the Hall of Fame.
That's exactly. If you can't buy,
Can you talk to Clay?
If you can't
See
buy
if he
2
can
or
help?
3 tables, I mean, you got no chance.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's how it works.
I got an uphill climb.
Yeah. More friends. That's your resolution.
It's more friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that is a
Boy,
lot of
it's-
trouble. Though.
Ooh.
All right, Bar, what do we
messy.
got? Yeah.
It's time for Bart's 100% guaranteed to maybe win locks.
Bart's Locks. It's appointment radio.
Bart picks them, you collect. That's just how it works.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
This is, I'm just going to say, this is sort of like a scratch off.
Oh, man. Come on.
What's the record?
25-19 on the year.
25 and
Mediocre. So we're celebrating mediocrity, is what you're saying here,
That's
Bart.
not what
We're pretty
doing.
good at that on this
Not
show.
what we're
All
doing.
right.
Yeah. Well, let's start tonight. Penn State, a 12-point favorite over Boise State. Penn State covers, rolls.
Wow.
Yeah.
12
We'll
points.
take Penn State minus 12.
Edward is just shaking his head
Okay.
violently.
I'm sorry, but
At the risk of derailing on non-interruption day, but it's National
No
Non-Interruption
interruptions
Day,
day.
we go to Edward, who's shaking his head.
Violently.
And I've seen these fights y'all have been having.
Yeah.
You know, you think nobody's paying attention because Chuck and I normally don't. but I've noticed that there's a real debate between these Skip Bayless and Stephen A. types over here about
I love that.
about Genty and whether he's as good as most of America thinks he is. And Edward has the floor.
I've got nothing nice to say to Bart. So
I
don't know
What
if
is
I
with
nothing.
you guys?
Nice.
What is with
to
you guys?
say to Bart, that'll be next year,
Yep.
not today.
Okay.
I don't know that I've really understood the depths of your feud until right now.
No, Bart's got hater takes about Ashton Genty. It's not worth getting into.
You don't.
I'll take.
That's
I
the
think-
Boise
I think-
State running back.
yes,
for those who don't know,
I think he's a very good player. I think his stats were inflated.
Do you
by
think
the
he's
fact
gonna get
that he
clobbered
played
tonight?
against the worst defenses in the world? Yes, I think he might go for 100 yards. I don't know, but Boise State is going to get clocked by a team that is way more physical and way better than they are.
I'll take
Edward. You have the floor.
I'll take Boise State the points with you straight up.
How much?
Bart, you tell me.
$100. Let's go. Come on, guys. $100
All right.
bucks. Step up there.
Let's do it.
$100
I'll take Boise plus 12.
All right, Bart.
Oh my!
Come on.
What are you trying to do to me?
Well, I mean, I'm just
I'm
saying.
over here spending my
You
money.
were over there pointing your finger like you know what you're talking. I happen to agree with you. I'm not going to cover your bet for you, but I do happen to agree with you. I'm just wondering if you'll do it.
Yeah.
Edward's confident.
We'll consider
Edward's
it. We'll
ready to
consider
put $100. He's got a wife and a baby. He's still willing to put $100 on it. That's how confident he is. Come on, bet him.
Edward's wife is online too.
That's
She
right.
wants to talk.
That's right. They're not up.
Stop.
Yeah.
I'm interested that Edward really thinks that Boise's going to make. I mean, this is kind of what we've been talking about. Are these games going to be chalk because it's not basketball and the physicality of bigger, stronger teams is going to win out throughout the playoff?
Penn State's going to win tonight, but I don't know if it'll be by 2 touchdowns or not. I don't know.
Real quick, the rest of them. Texas minus 12.5 against Arizona State. We're going to take the Longhorns. lay the points. Ohio State, 2.5-point favorite against Oregon. We're going to take the Buckeyes. I hate taking
Edward
Ohio
says
State
no.
in
Edward
any
says
situation, but this seems like it. And then Notre Dame money line. Notre Dame plus 100 on the money line against Georgia. I just think Notre Dame's playing like the best team in the country. And Georgia, without Carson Beck, I think they're going to struggle to move the ball against Notre Dame's defense, and the Irish will win.
All right, give me the recap.
Penn State minus 12, Texas minus 12.5, Ohio State minus 2.5, Notre Dame money line.
And Edward disagrees with Boise and Oregon.
Edward thinks you're an idiot.
That's fine.
No, I don't.
To each their own.
Yeah. There's only one idiot here today, and that was me. What time was that? Like 6:20?
Yeah.
You've not cornered the
Do you have a
market.
duvet? Do you have a duvet?
Yeah.
I think it's a bidet.
Yeah, well.
Oh, well.
One of the two.
One of those things. Okay. Chuck and Bo Show. It's the last day of the year. It's almost 8 o'clock. 877-377-6963. It's the last hour to do something special this year.
The final days of Chevy's Red Tag event have arrived at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Last chance for up to $16,000 total savings on new 2024 Silverados. Final days for up to $11,000 in total savings on new 2024 Suburbans and Tahoes. At Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 1/2/25.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
Now is the time to join Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
Arkansas wins it. Here they come.
Documentaries, exclusive interviews,
people everywhere, and then next thing you know, it's just everybody's packed.
Insider access, and an incredible library of films.
Arkansas leads it by 3.
A membership like no other.
I don't think it gets any better than this.
Oh, you're giving me goosebumps now.
Start your free trial today at hogsplus.com.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive, and financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
Skies will remain mostly sunny statewide today with highs around 60 degrees across the north, lower 60s in the south. Overnight, partly cloudy through the evening, becoming mostly cloudy by daybreak, lows in the mid-40s. I'm Jared Cirillo with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
At Central Hydraulic in Fort Smith, the work doesn't just stop when the temperature drops. We're your go-to service provider. Be sure to prep your machine and stay ahead of the frost and costly damage. Still using summer oil? Winter-friendly oil is the weapon your machine needs. Be sure to get an oil change. Check your hydraulic fluid, fuel prep, and battery check. For all these services needed in the cold weather months, come see Central Hydraulic for all your hydraulic needs at 6104 Highway 271 South or call at 479-646-0571. Central Hydraulic, your service provider.
Watch every Hog game this season at Joe's Grill and Cantina, your home for half-price apps and taps during every Hog game. With TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat for all the action. Half-price appetizers like Joe's Sampler Platter, Ballpark Nachos, 10-layer dip, brisket nachos, and Mexican pizza. And ask about Joe's tailgate packages to make your football experience even better in the comfort of your home. Half-price apps and taps for every Hog game at Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
You're listening to ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
Good morning, gentlemen. I'd like to take an opportunity. Woo! Go blow the whistle.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hey folks, here at Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway with Grant Neal. Grant, let's talk about pre-owned vehicles.
Well, we've worked hard at trying to source great pre-owned vehicles. It's been very hard. You know, the market's strong, but that helps people because we're giving the best value for trade-ins and the highest value for purchasing vehicles. But we work hard and make sure that we pick the right one. So every vehicle on the lot has been meticulously looked over, cared for, and inspected. So we really have the highest quality possible for all of our vehicles that we have in stock. We try to make sure we've got something for everybody. So if you're shopping for something, you know, certified pre-owned, lightly used, very low miles, we've got it. If you need something that's more of a budget-driven vehicle, we try to find vehicles that are high quality while still maintaining the price points at $10,000 and below, $15,000 and below. So really, we've got a vehicle for everybody here at Rose.
And financing's available.
Absolutely. So we work hard to make sure that we can get people approved and get them the best possible financing. A huge selection of banks. We really surprise a lot of people who walk in and say, well, I don't think I can get approved. Well, just give us a shot. We'll do what we can for you.
Come out today, Road Chevrolet, 2800 Alma Highway in Van Buren.
The Party Place has everything you need for special occasions, graduations, birthdays, Valentine's, baby showers, and more, including New Year's celebrations. Party supplies for 1 to 100, located in Fort Smith and Conway.
It's time to party. So come to the Party Place. Let's party.
The Party Place in the Tuesday Morning Building behind Ashley Furniture in Fort Smith.
Get ready for your party at the Party Place.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I do this not just for me, but for all the people my age. I've never personally ordered anything on an app. Would you be using our app today? Well, no, I'm at the drive-thru.
It doesn't like us to ask him if he's using the app again.
There's that dumb guy again.
That guy sounds like the voice of the Razorbacks.
He's an idiot.
What a jerk.
What an idiot.
Hunter Yurachek opens his email. Hey, man, your voice of the Razorbacks is a real jerk.
He
Every
doesn't know
time
how to
I
use
just
the
ask
app.
him if he wants to use the app, he talks to me like I'm an idiot.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That was a call play, and I called it, Chuck.
Back to Save Sports Radio.
I'm ready to roll right now,
Can you
bro.
believe we're doing this?
This brings back.
Just like old times.
This is getting ridiculous, Bo Mattingly.
Northwest Arkansas is growing. It deserves an intelligent sports radio.
Two ball play guys with a face for radio.
Here is Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Last hour of 2024 for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah.
I think we should just argue the entire
fight.
hour. Let's just end the year with a big fight. We got Edward and Bart over here
They're
arguing about the
fighting
Boise State,
the
Penn
whole
State game. I mean, they're like about to come to blows during the break, and they still have not bet $100. Trying to decide whether Colorado's really any good or a mere fraud.
Bart is
We
passionate
got some
about
good
his
stuff
take.
going on in here.
Bart's passionate about his take.
He is. He is.
I mean, he was. I had to
have conviction with your beliefs.
All right, who's better, SMU or Boise State?
SMU is better.
Wow.
So this is about the Penn State game tonight because they're playing Boise. They beat Penn State, or they beat SMU in Happy Valley, and now they're going to play at the Arizona Cardinals. Is it what's it? What's the name of the stadium now? Is it the? Is it still the school
University of Phoenix.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Is it that?
What it is.
Looks like a space
beautiful
station out
facility.
there.
Beautiful. I've been there a couple times.
State Farm Stadium.
State Farm Stadium now. Okay, so that's the Fiesta Bowl site. 6:30 tonight. Is that right?
That's right.
What's it on?
ESPN.
ESPN tonight. Boise and Penn State. And Edward is convinced that Boise's going to cover. And Bart is convinced that Penn State's going to run them right out of State Farm Stadium.
Well, I mean,
Right out of
Bart's
the-
just like basically
right out of the
saying they're
building.
terrible.
Terrible.
That
Awful.
like Ashton Genty's a fraud.
He did.
I didn't
Pretty
say
close.
that. Ashton
Well,
Genty's
yeah,
a
for all
fraud.
intents and purposes, you did.
He doesn't even think he's the best running back in college football.
That's just
Really?
He doesn't.
Who do you think's better?
Well, that's not what I said.
Jeremiah Love,
what I
Notre
said
Dame,
was
keep
that
the
Genty.
Sox.
What I said was
a homer
Genty
take.
is not the best. Will not be the best pro running back from college football this year.
Oh.
Is what I said.
Oh.
Oh, well, go out on a limb there, man.
I mean, what does that have to do with
Who do you think will be?
Look at his socks.
No,
Notre
I
Dame.
I
Notre
think
Dame
running back.
socks on.
I think they're.
Edwards
I mean,
got it
they're-
out for you, man.
Yeah,
I mean, he really
that's
does.
fine.
I think
That's
it's a
fine.
power
Most
play.
peop- most people
I think it's
do.
a power play. I don't think you realize what's going on.
Most people.
There's
do,
a
John.
power play going
Most people
on
have it
right
out
now.
for
Bart knows that's not true.
You can't say things like that right after I take a drink. Oh, man. Oh, that was nearly disastrous.
Yeah, well, it came through your nose and all that stuff.
But hey, speaking of controversial things, did Colorado have a great year in football? I'm reading a tweet.
I
from
mean, it
somebody
depends
who
on how
doesn't
you
think
define
so.
great. Yeah, they won a lot of games.
0-6 against
They had the
top,
Heisman Trophy winner.
0-6 against the top 25. 2-9 against power conference teams with at least a 500 record. Lots of smack talk.
Yeah, I mean, look, Colorado's not some incredible team. If they played Ole Miss tomorrow, they'd get their heads caved in.
But what we've heard throughout
Wow.
the year,
Edward thinks they're pretty good. You should have heard what he said about you when you were in the bathroom, man.
you know, Chuck would be the best Nancy Grace
I
going
know.
right now.
Yeah.
You know, we could just get Chuck a TV show.
That's right.
Nancy Grace,
Yeah.
just stringing it along.
Sure what he said
just
about
getting
you?
people fighting. Yeah, but that's not what I think he meant.
Yeah.
And then but this comes back to Arkansas for a second, okay? How many people have you read on message boards, social media, whatever? Man, if you could get Dion to be the coach at Arkansas. Everybody just flushes the strength of schedule. Not everybody. A lot of people just flush the strength of schedule thing. Like they just don't consider it. But we just don't.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you think Colorado's record would have been in the SEC? And you could say it doesn't matter, but I submit to you that people walk around with opinions that don't include strength of schedule.
Right.
So you think
right.
this coach is magical?
That's a 4 or 5 win team.
Exactly.
That's a 4 or 5 win team.
Maybe
look, I
a
don't- I
6-win
don't-
team because of quarterback play.
I don't agree with that
Maybe.
part, but I'll
Maybe.
I'll concede he's a very good quarterback. I mean, he's great, and I think he's going to have a bright future in the NFL. But no, that's not a
Well,
team.
could he
that
have
would-
made it through the whole season playing
Well,
in this
probably
league?
not. But
real question.
You
I
think
don't- I
Travis
don't think
Hunter's going to
that's a
play
team.
both ways in the SEC like he played in the Big 12?
Absolutely not. I mean, they would let him do it some as a novelty, but no, that would not. I'm not taking anything away from what Dion's done there. I think he's done a remarkable job. He's made football important at a place where it's never been important, at least only once or twice in my life. So I give him credit for that.
Me too.
But if you were to put that team in the SEC, they would struggle.
That's just wild.
So would
to
Boise
me.
State.
It's this is the whole setup.
I was trying to
all
get
the
a
way back
rise
to-
out of Edward.
Edward, what do
over
you
there.
think?
Yeah. What do you think, Edward?
Oh, that's Edward.
Edward's doing
It's a
research
new
over
segment.
there. He's looking down at the screen. I can tell he's doing research.
It's a new segment. What does Edward think?
No thoughts on this.
Okay. So strength of schedule matters when you are picking games in the playoff, when you are talking about how good of a job or how bad of a job somebody's doing in this league. Like, don't go comparing the Arkansas head coach to Dion, who's not playing the same schedule. Like you can, but it's not apples to apples.
No, you're right. That's exactly right.
And I agree with Chuck. I give Dion all the credit in the world. I think he knows how to talk to his players, how to relate to them. I think he gets the most out of what anybody could get out of Colorado. But that is not the same deal. That is just not the same gauntlet. And why do we avoid this conversation? People just avoid it. They don't have it.
Here's
Doesn't
what's
matter
interesting to me. I mean, I can't speak for you guys. In football, I am not a small school guy. I don't pull for the small school. I pull for the big schools. I like the domination that comes from the SEC and the Big Ten, and strength of schedule matters a lot to me. Basketball, I pull for Cinderella. I mean, when the NCAA tournament starts, I pull for the...
Is that always true? Like when App State years ago had Michigan on the ropes and they ended up beating them?
That's a little bit different, right? I mean, that's a once in a 10 or 15-year kind of ball game. But generally speaking, when we get to the end of the year, I pull for the big conference teams because my biggest beef during the season is there will be a team like a Colorado or somebody like that that'll get on a run against teams that aren't all that great, and all of a sudden they'll be 9-0 or 10-0, and people have them ranked number one in the country, and anybody that watches the game knows better. So
does anybody think that Boise State or Arizona State has any business being in the playoffs?
Well, given the current setup, yeah, they've got business, but are they a threat to win the national championship? No. I mean, no threat at all. I don't think.
So let's just to add to the conversation, right? To what you just said, Bo. I pulled up some of the computer rankings, the analytics and everything. Jeff Sagarin's rankings. He has Arizona State as the 11th best team in the country. So in a 12-team playoff, you could say, sure, Arizona State deserves to be there
with a bye.
Well, no, not with a bye, but
I'm just adding to the other.
So
this is slightly absurd about this whole
Ohio
process.
State 1, Notre Dame 2, Oregon 3, Texas 4, Penn State 5, Georgia 6, Alabama 7, Mississippi 8, Indiana 9, Tennessee 10, Arizona State 11, South Carolina 12. Had SMU 17th.
Well, again, to Chuck's point, it looks like it's going to be chalk here.
Well, and that to me is the larger issue with the playoff right now, is if it is continually chalk, which I believe it will be.
Well, we got one game that we think's a good game.
Right.
Through 2 rounds of the playoffs, we'll see how this plays out. But of the first 2 rounds of the playoffs, 8 games, we have one matchup that we think's a good game, and it's Oregon-Ohio State.
And it better produce.
Well,
because here's the thing.
Georgia Notre Dame.
Have you noticed?
Okay.
Have you noticed the price of tickets? How they've gone through the floor? There's one game that's pricey to get into. That's the one you're going to. You can go see any of the other playoff games if you're willing to sit in the cheap seats for less than $40. You know, I mean the NFL stomped its brains out ratings-wise in the first round of the playoff. You better have some good games. You better change this bracket up to where you have good games right out of the chute, or it's going to be like the little boy crying wolf every year. It's going to be, we got the college football playoff coming up. Yeah, but you're going to have 4 or 5 routes too, and I think they've got to get this right, because the reviews from the first weekend, despite what they will tell you, were not as great as they'd planned.
Now, if we come back in here on the second, or y'all do, and
yeah, I was going to say, yeah,
because I got a flight back from L.A. If we come back here on the second, and Arizona State has either upset or won, or it's come down to a last possession game, and the same with Boise, well, we got a whole different conversation.
Edwards doing the show that day. It's Edwards' show that day, because he obviously knows more than anyone.
Well, he doesn't pretend that. No, I'm not going to do that. I
certainly don't.
But Edward, you do have a little bit different opinion, so I'm interested to hear. Are we missing something on this? Because we might be. Like what we're saying, I think, is logical, in that we have these teams that are more battle tested, have played tougher schedules, and all that. That doesn't automatically mean Boise State's not good enough. It doesn't automatically mean Arizona State's not good enough or SMU. Like, I was at the SMU Penn State game. That quarterback was rattled, visibly shaken. And I know that's part of the game, but he's never been in that environment. If you go put them on a neutral field, which you can't, but I'm just saying they weren't overwhelmed physically in that matchup. It was an environment and a quarterback. I mean, Penn State's offense struggled the entire first half. So it wasn't like it was just a mismatch.
SMU never had a chance to win the game. There was never a moment in that game where SMU was going to win. There was just, and it's the same way with some of these other games. Can they, put on a decent show? Well, yeah, but do they really have a chance to win the game? No. There was never a point where they had a chance.
Do you want to fight?
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying they did. Should we?
No, I mean, I'm too mature
All
for
right,
that.
Edward, what do you have? I'm too mature for that.
Well, I think the environment has a lot to do with it, with SMU, and they beat themselves. It would have been a much closer game if they didn't throw 2 pick sixes in the first half.
But they did.
But they did.
Yep.
But they did. But I don't think it's fair to transpose what happened in that game to the Boise State-Penn State game. I think they're totally different teams.
I don't think it's fair to use words like transpose.
Okay, I won't.
Or bidet.
Anymore.
Or bidet.
Or bidet.
So I don't think it's fair to compare the two games.
So you
It's
think
totally
Boise
different games.
is better, though, than where Bart in particular is giving anybody giving them credit
They
for?
beat everyone that they had on the schedule. They took Oregon to overtime, and I think
They took care of UNLV twice.
Yeah, I think Ashton Genty's a game breaker, and I think in a game like this on a neutral field, on an indoor stadium, anything can happen. And I don't think Penn State has been that overly impressive.
Penn State's not
all
as
year.
great as people
Yeah.
are making them out to be. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with that
If
part.
this was against someone like Texas or maybe Notre Dame right now,
We have turned this into a game.
Now,
Bart, are
I'm
you
not
taking the
saying-
bet?
I don't think Boise State's going to win. I just think 12 points is a really big line with all of these
And you're willing to
factors
put
considered.
$100 on that.
Yeah.
And Bart, who spoke like he's the authority, is not willing to put $100 on that. Is basically what.
Have
this
we
is
have we
coming
made
down
a
to.
decision,
Have
Bart?
you
in this
decided to
situation?
bet?
I'm being responsible with my money.
Relax.
Well, then you can't be on
But
this show.
that's all I think about the game. I just
So
think
you're
it's-
not
I think
overly
it'll be close.
confident, Bart.
No, I'm confident. Very
Okay, let's do a fake $100. Will you bet
Monopoly
Edward
money.
a fake $100?
Would you bet him Monopoly money?
Would you bet?
Let's do $1,
Sure.
Bart.
Yeah.
You want to do $1?
You want to bet like a Coke or something like that?
Breakfast?
You want to do like a child?
Some milk.
Glass
Wow.
of milk and a cookie.
Chuck is just, oh, man.
I'm just trying to get him to bet.
Wow, I know. And I'm
All
just
right.
looking. Did your check not clear?
That's right, Bo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
We've
I've
got a
never.
payroll issue.
I don't know if I've ever seen you turn down a $100 bet about anything.
Bart loves to gamble.
Bart is borderline pissed off for greatness right now.
I know. That's what makes it fun.
It's 8:17. We got to get. It's hey.
gotta get some callers on,
This
too.
is a game tonight.
Hey.
Now I'm excited. Okay, we got to take a break and we'll come back
right.
and we'll take calls.
Good.
We'll get all the grab butts out of the way now. All this screwing around. Now it's serious. Okay, we got like 40 minutes left to make this the best hour of the year on the Chuck and Bo Show.
We're running behind.
So we're running by 8:17. Good morning.
When they do that, they can hear our off-air conversations, and I always want to know whether or not anybody can hear us.
We know how you are off
I
air.
know.
It's something to
I'm
be
aware of that.
Yeah, it's something to be aware of.
I know.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
The final days of Chevy's Red Tag event have arrived at Chevrolet of Fayetteville. Last chance for up to $16,000 total savings on new 2024 Silverados. Final days for up to $11,000 in total savings on new 2024 Suburbans and Tahoes. At Chevrolet of Fayetteville in the Fayetteville Auto Park. Together, let's drive. ChevroletofFayetteville.com. Savings include dealer discounts and all incentives on select models. Must qualify. See dealer for details. Expires 1/2/25.
Is your hot water heater letting you down? No one likes cold showers. We want to be able to count on our hot water. That's why Pasco Air Plumbing and Electric has an offer that comes with the peace of mind I value. Get this, for just $17.76, you can get a 40 to 50 gallon water heater fully supplied and installed by their licensed and insured technicians backed by a comprehensive warranty. For less than $2,000? Yeah, price check it. It's a deal. Just log on to gopascal.com and don't worry about hot water anymore.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes...
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Todd Richardson here at Wheeler Power Sports as we gear up for Christmas. Simon, you're the guy to come see.
We have new inventory in stock such as the Kawasaki Mule 4010, Kawasaki KX 450SR, KO S70, Polaris Ranger Crew XP 1000 North Star and Camo, and the Polaris Sportsman 570 Hunting Edition. Give us a call or text us at 479-783-5822.
901 North 11th Street in downtown Fort Smith, Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
The big after Christmas sale is underway at Gelco Outdoors. Check out the huge savings under the porch and throughout the store. Save 50% off select work, hunting, and casual clothing by Ariat, Wrangler, Sitlock, Drake, Browning, Pursuit Gear, and more. Hurry in while the selection is at its best. Don't miss the big Gelco Outdoors 50% off after Christmas sale. Gelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Open New Year's Day, 10 till 5.
With the new $7 Lux Cravings box from Taco Bell, luxury is all in the details. A cheesy gordita crunch with the crisp bite of a crunchy taco wrapped in a pillowy flatbread. A beefy 5-layer burrito with seasoned beef stacked on velvety melted cheese. A crunchy taco, chips and nacho cheese sauce, and a medium drink. All for just $7. Live Lux for less today at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell stores for a limited time only while supplies last. Price and participation varies. Drinks excludes freezes. Tax extra.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Here's a saying for you.
We live in a microwavable society. Everybody wants everything, just like put it in the microwave and there it is.
It's also national. Yeah, I was going to say.
What
was that voice? Pseudo Lou Holtz. That was pseudo Lou Holtz.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yo! Happy New Year. So, Bart, you okay? We got some calls to take, but I just saw this on social media. East San Jose home has been hit 23 times by speeding drivers exiting freeway.
Wow. Sounds like it's time to move.
Something you could talk about at your New Year's Eve party tonight. Robert in Fayetteville. Good morning.
Hey.
Happy New Year.
Good morning. Happy New Year's to you guys, too. Two things. First of all, Chuck, I'm with you about these drive-thrus.
if I wanted to use the freaking app, I'd pull over to the parking spaces that are reserved for the people that are using the app.
Exactly.
I
know.
I'm in the freaking.
Yeah.
I'm in the dadgum drive-through. If I wanted to use the app, I'd be in that parking space. So, anyway.
That's what I tried to tell him that
There
day.
are times that it's handy.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're using the app, yes, but otherwise you're just wasting my time.
Yeah.
The main reason I called was you guys have been talking about the playoff situation. I think, and this is just my opinion, and I'm asking you if you would agree with this, the playoff would have been much more interesting had they seeded the dadgum thing correctly, like they do the NCAA tournament. Instead of guaranteeing people that don't deserve a bye because they win their weak conference, I think that's screwing it up. I think you've got teams that are not seeded correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And in the NCAA basketball tournament, do what? I'm sorry?
I agree, yeah, 100%.
Okay. Chuck?
Oh, I think you've got to find a way to seed it differently than what you've done this year. I just think the way it's set up, I got no problem with getting conference champions in there if that's what you have to do to keep this thing alive. But I don't think you should get any kind of like automatic seeding or anything.
No bye,
like
and you
that.
shouldn't. Yeah, exactly.
Seed them.
Seed them like they are. Yeah.
That's my point exactly. Is you should not guarantee a team a bye simply because they won their conference. They don't do that in the NCAA bracket. They shouldn't do it here.
Well,
that's all I got.
Hey,
Thanks.
here's another point about that. Thanks, Robert. Here's another point. How much better would our games have been in the first round if we had done it like that?
Right.
Like you would have had
you're
more
right.
competitive
I agree with
games.
that.
You'd have more excitement going into this weekend. And
SMU
maybe you have
and Arizona State, for example, would have been a heck of a game.
Right.
And I think people would have enjoyed watching those games.
Boise, Clemson.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
That's right.
Games like that.
That's right.
That match the seeding better than and because you're creating this mismatch bad game situation. And so potentially, if it holds up, we're going to have 8 games through the first 2 rounds, and 2 of them are going to be good games. Ohio State, Oregon, Notre Dame, Georgia.
One of these games tonight, between tonight and the 3 tomorrow, 1 or 2 of them really have to deliver. And again, there should be enormous excitement around the college football playoff. It's going to draw big numbers, but this has not been, I can assure you, in their private quarters. The NCAA, College Football Playoff Committee, the powers that be, for lack of a better way to put it, they know this is not going quite like they thought it would. And where teams are seeded does lead to, in some cases, games that aren't of good quality. And people aren't going to watch that, particularly when you've got the Chiefs and the Ravens playing on a different channel, or you've got an NFL game with playoff implications on a different channel. You're not going to win those games. Maybe in the South, but that'll be the only place in America.
So, I've changed my mind on National Make Up Your Mind Day, by the way. I've changed my mind. I've noticed this as the playoff has gone along. Like, I was like, oh, this is going to be as good as March Madness. It's going to be better than March Madness. I still think we have an opportunity to get there. It's not apples to apples, but still this bracket and this excitement, we have a chance to get there, but it's got to be fixed to do that. My second thing, where my mind has changed, is remember how we kind of thought, all of us kind of thought, I think you guys were on the same page, that the bowls just wouldn't be that big of a deal. Does anybody not want to watch the Michigan-Alabama game that starts at 11 this morning? I mean, is anybody interested in the Illinois-South Carolina Bielema Bowl tonight?
I think sometimes our feelings on bowl games is determined by whether or not our team's in a good bowl game. Truthfully. I mean, there have been really entertaining games.
When it comes to – that's what I'm saying.
There have been really entertaining games.
It has – the bowl season has sort of delivered.
Here's the thing about these small bowls. If you get one sponsor, one good sponsor, like AutoZone. Pop-Tarts, whatever, there's enough television money from ESPN to keep you afloat. I'm not saying you're going to kill it, but you're going to stay afloat. And a lot of these bowls are going to make it because, again, from the outside looking in, these are entertaining games. 6 overtimes the other night in the game. 2 teams that the average college football fan probably would have never watched. but it was an entertaining game.
Question. Better game. Michigan, Alabama, or Boise State, Penn State?
Gross.
What do you mean gross?
Well, like
it's
I
not
don't,
gonna be-
I don't
it's
think
not gonna
either
be an
game,
entertaining game?
I don't think either game is going to be particularly close.
You got two big brands.
Alabama
Michigan,
blows them out.
Bad. Michigan's bad.
But it's who
They
wants
beat
to
Ohio
be there
State.
most in these other games. This is why Arkansas
At
won
Ohio
the other
State.
night. I think it was evident Arkansas wanted to play more the other night than what Texas Tech did. Who wants to play in these games that are not playoff games?
For sure.
I don't know that we know the answer. Everybody in Alabama's griping right now. When's Kalen DeBoer going to get fired? He sure know Nick Saban. I mean, who knows? Maybe you got a bunch of guys from Michigan that decide they're ready to play. I don't know that it's going to be a blowout.
What's interesting to me about the question, and the reason I asked it, is because just on its face, if you say Alabama, Michigan, if you've paid attention to college football, Illinois, South Carolina tonight, and then I just say, oh, by the way, and I don't tell you it's a playoff game, Boise State and Penn State. I mean, which game are you choosing? You get to watch one game. What are you choosing?
Yeah, in a vacuum, it's Alabama, Michigan.
Well, it's just, but that's what's interesting to me is like this Boise State Penn State game tonight. Otherwise, you'd just be like, it's,
the better games, the more competitive games have been the minor bowls, if we're being honest about it. And that's what we really want to watch.
I
are
think
close
there's been
games.
better effort in these bowl games than maybe I expected.
Maybe so.
877-377-6963. 8:30. What's your New Year's Eve plans? Could just call in and tell us what kind of party you're having.
Whether we can come.
Yeah, Bart might want to go. 8:30 on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
You never know what just happened to him that day. He could have accidentally dialed up an ED hotline while trying to call one of his hookers.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to SweatnumCosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge. Having great vision enhances every part of life. That's why I go to McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's a pair of readers or LASIK surgery, you know you're in good hands. You've heard former quarterback and now coach Ty Story talk about his great LASIK results with McDonald Eye. The surgeons there have done more LASIK procedures than anybody in the state of Arkansas and have helped numerous athletes get better results through improved vision. When it comes to vision, nobody sees it like McDonald Eye.
For 5, 10, 15 seconds, stare it down and ask yourself, is this really a bracket that's going to determine the best team in college football?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
On second down, the give is to Felix Jones on an end around. Jones to the 30 to 40. Jones in midfield. He may go. The 25, the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Felix Jones goes 72 yards, and the Razorbacks increase their lead.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Happy New Year from Sharp Equipment. Come on over to the new Sharp Equipment today and explore what all Sharp has to offer. From our latest offers and deals as a Wacker Neuson dealer to customized hydraulic and industrial hoses, equipment repairs, and as a Cinnabogan authorized service provider, we're able to offer even more. Stop in to check out the new location at 5608 Wheeler Avenue in Fort Smith, or give us a call at 479-649-0500 to see how at Sharp Equipment we help you move more than just the world. We help you move forward. Sharp Equipment, your Wacker Neuson dealer.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Todd Richardson here at Wheeler Power Sports as we gear up for Christmas. Simon, you're the guy to come see.
We have new inventory in stock such as the Kawasaki Mule 4010, Kawasaki KX 450 SR, KO S70, Polaris Ranger Crew XP 1000 North Star and Camo, and the Polaris Sportsman 570 Hunting Edition. Give us a call or text us at 479-783-5822.
901 North 11th Street in downtown Fort Smith, Wheeler Power Sports, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
You're listening to The Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
You're breaking up on me, but
I'm breaking up
well,
on you.
my headphones
I'm 3
weren't.
feet from
Well,
you.
but my headphones weren't working. They cut out. You're breaking up on me.
If the headphones go down, Chuck goes wild.
Well, I can't hear you.
I can't hear.
I can't.
You're breaking up on me.
You are.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You guys make fun of a lot of things I say.
Well, Bart's taking the brunt of it today. I mean, we all have our day here. It's piñatas, and today Bart was the piñata on New Year's Eve, and we'll maybe try to change that
Some
on the way
days
out.
you're the
but-
hammer, some days you're the nail.
sometimes there's just a certain spot on the floor you keep shooting from, and it's just the way it is. National Champagne Day, National No Interruptions Day. This group would struggle, starting with me.
Yeah.
Make Up Your Mind Day. National Make Up Your Mind Day. I struggle with all of these things. I struggle with champagne. I struggle with New Year's Eve.
Say we all.
Struggle
They
with
all come pretty
interruptions.
easy with me.
And I can't make up my mind. Val Kilmer's 65. Anthony Hopkins is 87.
That would be Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Is he not one of your favorites?
Well, I mean,
Like
he's
good
I
Anthony Hopkins movie.
like Anthony.
Yeah.
I've never thought, well, he's one of my favorites, but I
Okay,
do like
okay.
Anthony Hopkins.
I say favorite actor. You say go.
Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
Denzel Washington.
Boom. That's a good one.
Adam Sandler.
Harrison Ford. It's the
Yeah,
first one that
Harrison
comes to mind. They're all great. Those are all great ones. Let's play that sometime this summer.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, by the way, you got top albums from
Yeah.
2024
Yeah, Billboard
as
top
we
10
reflect.
Billboard.
Chuck's big on reflections.
Yeah.
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 I like to look back.
I'd like to think that everybody in this room has heard a song from an album on this list.
Well, I'm sure you'd like to think that.
Number one is the Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift.
Okay, I'm just going to say for next year, when we do this next year, let's have the music to go with
we've
it.
got the New Year's music.
Right, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Like this is
Tortured Poets, yeah.
But make it a New Year's resolution to do better on this
Edward's gonna
segment
get us
next
some-
year.
Edward's going to get us some music.
Well, I mean, he's
Yeah.
not going to be able to change every time you know.
maybe-
That's
maybe
going to
he
have to
will.
be post production. That's on pre-show. Get it? Post production pre-show.
Yeah. Yeah. So number one, Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift. Number two is 1989, Taylor's Version by Taylor Swift.
Oh, good gosh.
Number
This-
three.
I see where this is going.
Number three.
Don't you see where this is going?
Number three is One Thing at a Time by Morgan Wallen.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Taylor Swift again.
Number four, Stick Season by Noah Kahan. Great album. Number five, For All the Dogs by Drake. Number six, SOS by SZA. Number seven, Zach Bryan by Zach Bryan.
Yeah.
Number eight, Dangerous, the double album by Morgan Wallen. Then number 9 is Lover by Taylor Swift. And number 10 is Midnights by Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It's not disgusting.
4 Taylor Swift. She's got
5, wasn't it?
50%.
Four of the top
2
10
of that,
most popular albums of the year.
That chair throwing Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
Is Morgan Wallen the one that threw the
Hey.
chair off his bar out on the
Careful,
road?
careful. It was off Eric Church's bar, but I mean,
I'm sorry, Eric Church's bar. Pardon
he got
me.
in trouble. He's paying his price.
I got you.
7 days in a DUI rehabilitation center.
Morgan Wallen has a lot of
probation.
excuses made for him, doesn't
And yeah, well, he's a star.
I know, evidently
he's
so.
a star. Would you recognize any of the songs if you heard them on the, like if they came on the radio? Do you listen to music on the radio?
I do some.
What? Okay, what do you? What
I listen to 80s on 8. I listen to Channel 25 on XM, Classic Rewind. And sometimes, the classic, album station on XM.
Can I just tell you, I love getting to know you.
Yeah, whatever. Just because
it's been such a good year getting to know you.
Yeah, well, it's.
I'm really looking forward to 25.
Imagine how much fun it's been for me.
Just
Here's-
brutal.
Here's one for you, Chuck.
All right, let's hear it.
You like Fleetwood Mac?
I do.
Okay. 34th most popular album of the year, Rumors by Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac's Rumors is still a time tested. See, I like for an album, and I still call them albums.
Great album.
I like for them to.
They're coming back around.
Well,
like on vinyl.
here's what I like. It's got to pass the 5 to 10 year test. You know a great album 5 years down the road. That was a great album. I'll go buy it now.
Like Journey.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
Stop Believing.
Yeah. Or
Sweet Caroline.
Yeah. Just any of the great albums. You look back like
there you go.
But I buy them down the road. I don't buy them like right out of the chute. Yeah, right there.
You know, you have more depth than speaking of getting to know you, there's more depth to you than I realized.
If you really want to get into like a rock and roll history contest, I'm playing. I am. Bring it.
Trivia night.
Yeah, bring it.
Bart's hosting trivia night tonight, incidentally, at his house for New Year's Eve.
I'm going to pass tonight.
Well,
but any other night, I would be there.
Do any of you guys have resolutions for me? Anybody? I came. I like gave my heart to the show earlier.
I really do have one serious
I
New
gave
Year's
all my-
resolution.
okay.
I got to go to bed earlier, man.
Yeah.
Staying up
Yeah,
late watching TV. This one more episode. All right, I'm going to watch one more episode.
That's a goal.
That just wrecks your
I've
sleep.
been told that's a goal.
Well,
Resolution is you got
I
to get
have
more
a
sleep.
resolution.
Just say whatever you want.
I'm going to try to go to bed early.
Where was that in the 6 o'clock
Yeah,
hour?
really.
It was
I gotta
6
use it
o'clock.
then.
I was
Well,
tired.
you guys weren't mad at each other then.
I was
I'm sure
tired.
Bart thought it then, but it didn't come out of his
Yeah,
mouth.
that's a good one. That's
is a
all
good
you
one.
got, though.
That's all I got.
That's your.
That's it.
Well, I will say, like a lot of studies have been. We talk about precedent.com and lack of sleep and all that can really hurt your health. But I saw a study from the Harvard. I read the Harvard Business Journal, Chuck. Not really.
Well,
it was
I
linked.
suspected
It was linked to social media, and I stumbled upon it about how important sleep is and how none of us get enough of it. And so if you're going to pick one thing. I love patting Chuck on the back. If you're going to pick one thing,
And I love it when he does it.
that can change everything. It can change everything. You'll make a whole bunch better
You
decisions.
think about
whole
that.
bunch better
Think
decisions.
about that day you slept in and, came dragging in here about 5:45. Didn't you feel good?
I did.
Exactly.
I did.
That's my point.
Yeah, I did. Bart, what's yours? What you got?
I would like to travel and explore more than I have. In
Where would
previous
you
years.
like to go, Bart?
What
Where do
about
you have
the-
in mind?
What about the show?
Well, yeah, obviously still be here for the
Oh,
show.
okay,
but,
okay.
But like
So
go,
travel
go
on the
places,
weekend.
Where do you wanna
things.
go?
Yeah.
I haven't really decided yet, but
Just want to get the hell out of here.
I
don't
travel
you?
sometimes. I today.
Did you get a subscription to like Leisure magazine for Christmas?
No, I went a lot of cool places this past year, and would like to keep doing that.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, what are the cool places you went, Bart?
Oregon.
Well, that is cool.
Oregon.
Mount Hood?
Hood River, Oregon.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Portland area?
Yeah. Really cool, really fun time. Just kind of out exploring.
Did you run into any conservatives out there?
Every one of them.
A lot of Trump supporters out there, I guess. Yeah. Did you wear a flannel shirt while you're out there? Maybe some boots.
I might have worn a flannel shirt. Yeah.
I figured you probably did.
Might have.
Edward? Bart wants to travel more. How about you? What do you got?
Got to do less sugar. Got to cut back.
Hey, that's
Less
a good one.
Sweet treats.
Now, is that a goal or is that a resolution?
That's a resolution.
Okay.
Goals will.
So how
goals
is
will
eat less
stem.
sugar a resolution, but go to bed early is a goal?
I didn't say it wasn't.
Oh, okay. Wait,
know why
you
you're
want a
arg-
piece of me too?
I don't know why
You
you're
want a
arguing
piece of me
with
too?
Sure do.
What are you doing?
In fact, I would say that yours is a resolution.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there you
That's all I wanted. All I'm searching for is your approval. Edward.
I know.
I want to eat fast food exclusively for the month of January.
Super size.
Like that TV show where you eat fast food
See,
all week and gain about 20
yeah, we're going to
pounds?
film it. Yeah.
Sweet.
And every time they ask me if I want to upsize, I got to do it. You seen that documentary?
I have seen
Yeah.
parts of
Supersize
it.
Me.
Yeah,
That guy
yeah,
died,
Supersize Me.
I believe so.
I think he did die.
No.
Yeah, rest in peace.
No, he
Yes,
like,
he did.
like later down the road.
Not on the show.
No, like,
but
man,
like later
not on
on
the
in life. Evidently, he kept eating all that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not know
You
that.
never know those things.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Serious
he
business.
passed away this year in May.
Oh my gosh.
The documentary
Age
aired in
53.
2004.
Yeah, it was a long
So,
time ago.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, on that note,
Yeah.
let's take a break.
Top that.
Yeah, seems like a horrible time to continue with my resolutions, like win a scratch off, hit a hole in one, hit a superfecta. Seems so shallow.
Well, it really does.
Do more yoga.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah. Learn a new language.
That's a good one right
Yeah.
there. Learn a new language.
Okay, here's some of the national ones that are the more popular ones. Focus on a passion, not the way you look. That went over really well here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
Work out. Here's a good one. Work out to feel good, not to be thinner. Because working out makes you feel good. It's not about necessarily just losing weight. It's about feeling better, Chuck. You know, kind of like you do after you climb the stairs here.
I do.
Every day.
Yeah.
Go a whole day without checking your email. Well, this group does that on a regular basis. 2 days later. Thanks, Bo.
Hey, man, saw your email.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even get that
No.
from you.
Yeah, sorry, man.
Read a book a month. See, this is where I was off the rails because I picked 4 books. I said, I'm going to read 4 books this year. And these ambitious people want to read a book a month. Who does that?
I can't get through a page at night without falling asleep.
A lot of people. Right. I'd probably know the difference between duvet and bidet if I had read a book a month in 24.
Maybe.
Maybe not. 8:47. It's the Chuck and Bo Show on the last day of the year.
Good morning, Hog Country. I travel with my work, so I'm on the road a lot. So you guys are on my station.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
This holiday season, make your moments unforgettable with a gift from Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. From brilliant diamonds to vibrant gemstones and timeless watches, Blakeman's has something for everyone on your list. Our team is here to guide you in finding the perfect piece, whether it's a token of love, appreciation, or holiday celebration. Visit us in Rogers and see why Blakeman's Fine Jewelry is Northwest Arkansas's go-to destination for gifts that shine.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Did you know the CDC reports as many as 3 out of 4 Americans suffer from sleep disorders? The more severe condition is called obstructive sleep apnea, and if left untreated, can increase the risk of death by 17%. It can also lead to conditions like obesity, high blood pressure, heart condition, and stroke. If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options, and thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies provided by one of our own Arkansas surgeons, Dr. Scotty Bolding, there are alternative treatments that may eliminate the need to wear CPAP every night. Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better. Call Dr. Bolding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
'Tis the holiday season, a special delight, with gifts all around and spirits so bright. Watch closely now, for there's one more surprise, a gift that brings comfort with joy in our eyes. The family rejoices, their excitement takes flight. With a new Pascal heated air system, they're snug every night. Give your family the gift of true comfort with over $5,100 in savings. Plus, receive a whole home duct cleaning on qualifying systems. Special financing available with no payments and no interest. Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric.
The two best guys in mediocre sports radio.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You will never find a boring old burger at Art's Barbecue and Burgers in Fort Smith. Try the Wild West Burger, topped with a hot link, jalapenos, and Art's hot sauce. The Brisket Burger, with tender brisket and caramelized onions on top of their hand-patted burger. Or the famous Art Attack, with house bacon, smoked ham, an onion ring, and a fried egg. There are 10 different burgers to choose from, and they're all $1 off every Saturday. Art's Barbecue Burgers and more. Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code BUY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code BUY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Looking to build your own field of dreams? Trust the experts at Tucker Construction and Remodeling. With over 30 years of experience, we turn blueprints into reality, ensuring top quality craftsmanship in every project. From homes to commercial spaces, our dedicated team makes your vision come to life. Choose Tucker Construction and Remodeling, where your dreams are built to last. Call us today at 650-6453 or visit tuckercr.com. My Tucker Construction, building your field of dreams.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Does the show feel like it's always a friendly environment? I was going to say, just
I
like
guess it depends on which side of the fence you're
It's
on.
friendly. Sometimes you get yelled at, but I mean, it's still friendly. We have donuts. We have
Bart's
sauce,
friendly.
We have
Bart
kolaches.
and Edward friendly.
We have donut holes.
We've
we have
trained
coffee.
ourselves.
We've trained ourselves. We're taking a mediocre victory lap today.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I'm just going through the list, the resolution list.
Can I read Doug's in
National.
Memphis?
Sure.
Doug's is
Yeah,
my favorite.
yeah.
My resolutions for 2025: gain 20 pounds, do not walk 1 mile a day, work more, fish less, eat more fried food, and my main one is to drink less Mountain Dew. I like that.
There's one on here that says drink more water. It
Yeah.
could be everyone, but I
that's
mentioned
boring.
that. Yeah.
That's boring.
Yeah. You were mentioning during the break about reading. And
I just think
some
if
people
you-
think they should read a book a month.
Well, here's the thing. If people say put your phone down or put your iPad down, that's the source of information for a lot of us, for better or worse. If you read about current events every day, if you scroll and read about current events every day, you're going to be more well-read in many instances than somebody who can sit there and tell you about the book they've read for the last month. I'm just saying, if your goal is to give yourself some knowledge, make yourself smarter, I've always believed just keeping up with current events was a nice head start.
Yeah, you don't want to hear about somebody's book report. You don't.
I don't want to hear your book report.
You're not in a book.
I'm
club?
not going to a book club meeting. If you guys want to go, go.
Scrolling down the list here, talk to yourself with kindness. Dear Bo, you are so handsome. What a guy.
So smart.
Wow. Your intelligence is breathtaking. Bart, I want to hear you try it.
No thanks.
No, come on. It's healthy.
Let's engage in a little self-loathing.
Talk to yourself
on the way.
kindly.
Yeah.
I'd rather
That
not.
felt great.
Do something different.
You should try it.
Edward, tell
It
us what
felt
an
great.
idiot Bart is before we go.
No,
One more
I won't
time.
do that.
Come on, Chuck. Talk to yourself kindly.
Go to bed earlier, get up earlier.
No.
I'm such a good play-by-play man.
Yeah.
Bo's so lucky to have me as a co-host.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys won't try it. It feels great.
Come
All
on,
right,
Bart.
listen. It's been a great year.
It's been fun.
It's going to be a better
I really
year
do hope
next
everyone
year.
has a great night tonight.
I
Be
do, too.
safe. Don't
Please
make
do.
stupid decisions.
No.
And or at least, only if you're sure you can get away with it.
None of this, well, I'll be better in 25. No, start tonight. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
You know, there's a sense of pride when it comes to things built in our state, and you can add Flyway Brewing to the list.